Hey, what is up, everybody? I appreciate you guys. I am on the late freight, man. I am super late tonight because I had a slight bit of an emergency, but I got that cleared up. Normally we go live at 9. I had to push it back to 9:30. My apologies for that, but I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to Anime Nights, episode 39. Should be a good one. We got a lot to talk about, man. If you can see by the cover, Crunchyroll is at it again, and everybody's upset. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Chainsmoker Cat, which has apparently already been yeeted out of Hong Kong. All right, Hong Kong ain't messing around with these Chainsmoker cats because apparently that's against the rules out there. You shouldn't be pushing any kind of nicotine addiction or anything. It tripped me out because I'm like, it says the title of the show is Chain Smoker. What did you think was going to be in the show, Hong Kong? It's just wild to me, but I will talk about that. We got a Naruto live action casting rumor that I want to talk about. I'm not sure if Name is going to be here. Name is the one that brought it up, and I was like, okay, let's see what it's all about. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here, man. You guys was on time. I wasn't, but you were, because you said, hey, the stream is here. Let's go. All right, Dragon Master Zero, I see you. Thank you for shouting that out, by the way. Anime Heads is my son's anime channel, and we like kind of co-stream with that. So you can always jump over to Anime Heads and watch it over there. That actually helps my son's channel. It gets him some viewership. It gets him the watch hours that he needs in order to get his monetization going. He is really close. So if you guys, if you like hanging out here, hang out on my channel, no problem. But if you want to watch it on Anime Heads, do so. Chat it up over there, because eventually this is where Anime Nights is going to be. All right. I also have my Rumble going on. And so you guys can always jump over on Rumble. All right, and Rumble with us. So I'll put the link for the Rumble stream in the chat as well. I know sometimes One Punch Man is over there in Rumble, and so I want to make sure that we touch all the bases. All right. I was hearing that Billy is also coming out, and they might have some sort of action on a streaming. I might just start streaming everywhere I can, because why not? It's like, all right, I got to stream, and I can link it up through StreamYard. I can stream here, and here. It's like, sure, why not? All right, let's do it. They don't smoke. Don't they smoke a ton over there to begin with? I'm confused. We're going to read into it, Georgia girl. How you doing? It's kind of weird. It's like, yeah, it's pushing this like negative habit of nicotine addiction. And I'm like, the name of the show is Chainsmoker Cat. Or maybe it's called something different in Hong Kong and they didn't know. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure, But we'll talk about it. What up, Zodlander? Naruto live action. Oh, no, here we go again. Yeah, we are doing it again. Okay. These live action adaptations to me are stupid, and they need to pull the plug on them and knock them off. All right. So yeah, we'll discuss that. We got a lot of other topics to go through. But first of all, let's up to everybody that's here. All right. Ross C. Bilson, what's up, man? Glad to see you aboard, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us. You always here on almost every damn stream. All right. I do a nightcap. There he go. I got Anime Nights. There he is. DA's office. He's there too. All right. I love the guys that's always rocking it with me. Every single one. Ross, I appreciate it. Black Frosty, what is good? Everett Randolph in the house. What's up, Everett Randolph? We also got Dragon Master Zero. All right. My mod in charge for the night. Thank you very much, Dragon Master. Always supporting big time. All right, I appreciate you, bro. We also got Georgia Girl, Zodlander hanging out with us. Kira Runte says old media is better than new slop. But there is a lot of gay stuff in media, sadly. Been like that for ages because of the people making it are D-pop promoters. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong about that at all. But we power through it because you know what? Our job, I feel like our job on YouTube is to kind of wade through some of that slop for you guys, so we're going to watch the shit so you don't have to watch it, because we don't have, it's like, hey, here's what I recommend you check out. All right. And then we're going to talk shit about everything else. Renee Galarza, what's up, man? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. Maverick 77 Defender. What's good? Renee says, have you seen Hulk? I haven't. I have not seen Hulk, Renee. So I can't call it. I haven't seen it. Is it good? If it's good, let me know. Planet X87. Hello, friends. What's up? What's up? Appreciate everybody here, man. Yeah, bruh. Derek the GOAT. Appreciate you, bruh. Thank you very much. Let's bring on some more goats, man. We got them hanging out in the back, man. Stacy Gardner in the house. Stacy,
what's up, bro? What's up, everybody? Hey, DA, hey. Thank you for the 30-minute delay. Got me to let me eat my dinner. Thank you for that. I just got off work, bro.
Just got off work and you jumping in, man. I love it, man. Love the dedication. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Also coming through, we got Cyfax in the house. Cyfax, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's going on, man? I also appreciated the 30-minute delay because I fucking forgot what time it was. I was playing video games and I was like really caught up in it. And I was like, oh shit, I got something else to do. And then I got they asked me to do overtime tomorrow on a Saturday. I mean, it's only 4 hours, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's early. So I'm like, shit, man. I don't know what time I got to leave, but if we start going a little long, I might have to bounce early. But
no worries,
it should
man.
be fine. It should be fine. Should be fine.
Okay. Cool. All right, that's it. We'll see if anybody else comes through. But yeah, man, we got some stuff to talk about. We got some topics on the menu. I don't know if you guys are familiar at all with, where is it at? Nope. Is that it? Nope. You know what? I scrapped that topic. I had a topic that I was going to bring up early. I think I'm moving that to the DA's office. That's what happened. Okay. So yeah, something else came up. Let's just jump right into it, man. Let's just get right to it. We're going to talk about the anime top 10. You know, that's where we usually start. Top 10 anime for the week of summer week 7. Okay, and there it is right there. Actually, let me blow that up a little bit more so you guys can see it. All right. So ReZero, back on top, man. Number 1, ReZero season 4, and ReZero is absolutely an excellent. This is maybe one of the best seasons of anime that I've ever witnessed, man. It's really, really good. Every episode is a banger. It's kind of reminding me of that first season. But they're taking it to the next level. First season, in my opinion, of ReZero was one of the best seasons. This one, you know, season 2, season 3 was okay. But season 4, fire. Okay. Loving it. Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War. Haven't caught all the way up with that one, but that one is also, it looks like streaking up as well.
That shit's a banger, dude. Like
You been watching?
I didn't watch Bleach for a very decent amount of time. Like I think I got up to episode 300 something, and then I was just like, Jesus Christ! Like I kind of fell off anime for like probably almost like 10 years. Like that's how long ago episode 300 was. And then when they dropped this, I was like, I turned on the first episode and I was like, oh, I still remember all these characters, and I didn't feel like I was lost at all. And I was like, oh, the animation's better. Everything's doper. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, I'm in. Like, this is cool. I don't think I finished all of it, but it's like what I've watched so far is pretty badass. I mean, I still like all the characters. So,
yeah. No, I think I'm going to pick it up. I've been, you know, again, I'm lost in all kinds of other shit, man. It's so much anime to watch. But dude, I will get around to Bleach. Believe that.
Now that I've been especially doing this with you guys, like I'm catching up on old shit, I'm doing new shit, and it's like some of it gets mixed up. I'm really bad when it comes to like Japanese names. So unless you get like some random like super specific name, it's like my name is Blade Zero. I'm like, oh dude, Blade Zero from whatever, or
yeah, like, you'll remember that name, but yeah,
or like
all the other names.
Or like Heavy Knight, right? Like his name is Elemis. Yeah. Like nobody has that name. I've never heard that name before. Elemis, right. Like if it's a brand new name I've never heard of before that really stands out, I'm like, hey, that's cool. And it's like, all right, or Ryu instead of Ryu or whatever from Gachio Gota. I'm like, I remember these characters. Plus, I like them. They're cool. Like, yeah, you know, that helps. That helps as well. Like if you really stand out, I'm gonna remember your name. Other than that, I'll be like, hey, your anime is cool, but I don't know who the fuck you are.
Who the hell are you?
Hey, before we go any further, Cyfax, get on my anime list account. It's free. You can keep track of all the anime you watch on there, bro.
My anime list,
definitely a good idea. Yeah, and we do a lot of our anime when we start playing Anime Fantasy League. will be on my anime list. Next time they play
.com or
Anime
org or
Fantasy
what?
League, I want to get more people involved.
.net. I want to say
.net.
.net.
Yeah, I want to get more people involved next time we do that, because that was a lot of fun, and to get to like pay attention to anime that you otherwise wouldn't. You know, I was paying attention to.
Well,
like,
I mean, on the Anime Heads thing, what was it 2 days ago with your son, Debo?
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever. Like I ended up joining because I saw the mess. I saw it a little late, but I ended up talking to him after. I mean, we talked for like an hour after all the game show and everything, and yeah, it was really cool, man. And the game show was fun. Like, yeah, definitely check that out. And then obviously, like DA was saying before we joined, but this is all going to eventually move over to the actual Anime Heads channel, and like this stuff will be happening over there. I'm assuming. I don't know when. I'm assuming maybe when it gets a little bit more traction or something like that, so it can just smoothly transition over. But that's my assumption, anyways. I have no idea your guys' actual plans. That's what I would assume you would do. But
yeah, we wait to get monetized and building that channel up a little bit more, and then we'll start migrating slowly over. You know, half of it will be here, and then it's like, all right, guys, we're continuing on the Anime Heads. If you want to hang out with us and still stream with us, jump over there. We'll start doing that every once in a while until we start building it up. So yeah, we're absolutely going to do that. Okay, so continuing on, we got Mushoku Tensei season 3, which I haven't been keeping up with, but I've heard it's great. Though I am an inept villainess at number 4, Jadugar, a witch in Mongolia at number 5, Tanya the Evil, man. Tanya the Evil is fucking great.
I just started season 2 of it.
Yeah, I love Tanya the Evil, man.
Season 1 was really good. Like I was surprised. Like I was like, all right, this I was kind of skeptical on the first episode, but I was like, all right, you know, I hear so many good things. Let me just continue with it. And I was like, I was surprised. I was like, all right, this is pretty dope. It's actually pretty cool.
Hey, look who's in the chat. Miss Sparkles. What's up,
Sparkles?
Jennifer? How you doing? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Jennifer, I want to talk to you about something after in probably over the weekend. I want to see if I can get you to do something for me. Nothing crazy, guys, okay? Miss Sparkles is a respectable lady. Smoking Behind the Supermarket, number 7. The 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You, season 3 at 8. You and I Are Polar Opposites, number 9. And then Love Unseen Beneath the Clear Night Sky at number 10. All right, so that's the top 10. Stand out to you guys, other than the ones we've already discussed.
No, this list seems consistent.
Okay. I mean, it's consistent for what I guess people are watching. Like I'm watching different things, I guess. Like Heavy Night. I understand why a lot of people probably aren't watching a lot of that right now. It's like the animation's great, but the story moves so slow. But I'm an MMO fan from, you know, for the last 20 years. It's very, if you're an MMO fan and you understand what like is going on, it makes a lot of sense. But they focus, they do these long shots of just because their animation is like so, it's they're showing off like their animation skills, which maybe they're trying to do that to maybe get something else greenlit. They're like, look what we can do, but like how fast can you do it or whatever? I have no idea. But it's like the story is kind of, it's pretty weak. It's very bland, but it's like overall I like it just because I like that style of stuff. And then Villager 999 or whatever is I'm liking that one as well.
Mine. I'm watching that as well. I'm watching Villager 999. I'm watching Heavy Night, Skeleton Night.
Skeleton Night.
Still watching
Skeleton
Liar
Night.
Game. I don't think Liar Game
season 2. I haven't liked like season 2 of Skeleton Night. I haven't liked as much. I think it's just like
it's not as good as the first.
It's too cookie cutter. Like it's just like here's a problem solved because I'm badass, and you're just like
exactly.
Sure,
it's not as good as
you
the
get
first
there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Stacy, what do you think, man? How's it look?
Looks good. Like I said, the list is consistent. I've actually added a few of these to my list, like the 1,000-Year Blood War. That's on my list. I've actually been watching Smoking Behind the Supermarket with you. Actually, it's really good. It's one of those like I didn't think I was going to get into it at first, but I was like, you know, it's kind of something to just relax with. And me being a harem guy, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't think I'm ever gonna get to the end of 100 girlfriends who really, really love you. and I'm a big harem guy.
What's funny is
I'm
that's actually. Oh, go for it.
Go ahead. No, I was saying I'm liking Tanya the Evil and also Tomb Raider King. I think that's solid. If you're a solo leveling fan, you probably would love Tomb Raider King. It's pretty much up that same alley. And also Black Torch. Although I'm falling behind a little bit on Black Torch.
Black Torch has been Black Torch has been dope. Like I've really liked that. But what like how Stacey Gardner was saying that he's like a harem fan. That's actually kind of one of my gripes about like all the new anime that I'm watching. And it's not that, don't get me wrong, who doesn't like looking at like really hot animated chicks or whatever? I mean, it's weird that they do a bunch of beast stuff and whatever, like whatever race they are. There's like, okay, I'm a big titted wolf chick or whatever. And you're just like, okay, whatever, fine. But it's like every single one of these just has like 15 of them for one guy. It's not that big of a deal, but it's like, it's like, dude, just give me like 5 good characters and focus on those 5 good characters. And yeah, 2 of them could be big titty elf girls. That's fine. It's all good. But it's like, do we need like 37 side characters that are all big tittied random animals and demons and shit? Like what is going on here?
I'm watching like Skeleton Knight.
Like it's literally too much, man. I'm like,
it's like say you're really into that. It's like I got too many big titty like random things to follow. Like what's going on here?
I too, and I'm like, dude, I can't. I cannot wait to see what Ari sitting there like. Oh,
what was
You're
that?
Cutting out.
You cut out on it, Stacey. What were you saying?
You sure?
Uh-oh.
I was basically saying I can't like I'm watching Skeleton Knight and I can't wait to see what the Dark Elf's response is when Ark gets uncursed, because he's actually been, if you pay attention to like season 1, he's basically shown that his body is cursed and he's like trying to get it uncursed. I'm like, oh, dude, I can't wait to see what her reaction is going to be.
Mean, you'll see it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I've seen it myself.
Man.
But the thing is like
to that. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that for sure. That's going to be interesting to see how what happens when he is finally uncursed. You know, how everything is going to start moving in a different direction, you know. So we'll see what's up with that. All right, look, I want to go ahead and jump into the first topic. And look, Brandon would appreciate this because he has not enjoyed Chainsmoker Cat. As a matter of fact, I think he checked out of it and stopped watching it. Well, now Chainsmoker Cat has reportedly been halted in Hong Kong over smoking regulations. And like I said, to me, it just doesn't make any sense because it's like, well, it's the show is about this smoking cat. And they're saying, well, there's, you know, we got smoking regulations here in Hong Kong, and therefore we can't show the show. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's a chain smoking cat. That's the name of the show. Unless it's called something different in Hong Kong, which I don't think it is. It's ridiculous. Like, of course, yeah, there's going to be some smoking issues, okay, when it comes to Chainsmoker Cat. I just laughed at that. But yeah, here's what it is. This is on the South China Morning Post. Streaming site pulls Chainsmoker Cat series in Hong Kong over breach of ad rules. Animation Crazy receives a letter from the Department of Health saying anime series flouts rules against advertising smoking products online. Like, of course they're going to be advertising smoking products. It's a Chainsmoker Cat. Am I missing something on this?
From what I'm seeing,
Angel in the house. Angel, what is up, bro? How's it going?
What's up, Angel?
Oh, look, he rocking his anime heads hat. Look at that. Rocking the anime heads lid.
Go on with your bad self, Angel.
Shout out.
Usually all the shine from Angel's off the top of his dome, but it is also from the top of his dome because now he's rocking the hat, dude. There you go.
Yes,
sure, I think the hat's
still shining.
Like the hat shining. You can get your hat at the merch store. As a matter of fact, do I have a merch store?
Nice fit too, comfortable.
Does it fit good?
Ooh, all right. Okay, that's something to look into then. Now, I think the whole thing
merch
about
store is
just
in the description. You can always check
sorry.
it out there. Go ahead, Stacy. Sorry about that. I'm gonna bring the article back up. Go ahead.
I think from the title of it, they're like, I guess they're directly hinting at smoking brands. Like, I guess you can't be too on target with it. That's the only thing that would make it seem weird to me, because I'm like, the title of the show is Chainsmoker Cat. That means you're going to be seeing a cat person smoking cigarettes. Now, if they're putting brands on that, okay, now I can understand that. That's the only.
Well, it's
thing.
like, are they doing like a play on brands? You know, instead of like a camel, it's like an ostrich or something. You know, like is there something that's like, you know, I mean, probably in Hong Kong they have different very very localized brands out there or whatever, but it's like, you know, out here, if all of a sudden you got a Marlboro Red, it's like most people are going to know what the hell that is, like just looking at the pack. If you got the red label on it or whatever, without any wording on it, you just be like, those are Marlboro Reds. It's like, it's the same thing with whenever they do whiskey in shows, it's always that black label and you're like, that's Jack Daniels or, you know, Evan Williams or whatever. You just kind of know.
I'm sorry, does she have like 5 cigarettes in her mouth right now?
Yeah,
it looks that way. She's a chain smoker.
I understand that. But
Yeah,
I'm
now
like,
the big problem, obviously, and
look, as someone
calls it out, is government overreach. That's the big issue when you're talking about something getting banned. The government shutting down a show because, you know, they don't like the product or they don't like
as someone who's been as someone who's been a chain smoker for like 10 to 12 years before, like, you know, I'm switching to vapes and I'm slowly getting off of these. I'm actually slowing down on these, even though obviously when you see me on stream, I'm still smoking them, but it's like, I'm getting slower on them. It's going slowly, but it's like, they are going away. But it's like, the only time you even do 2 cigarettes is you light 2 of them, so you give someone else one. You know, like you're with your girl or whatever. You're at a bar. You're just like, all right, here you go, boom. Like nobody's pounding fucking smokes like they're beers, dude. What are they doing? That's crazy.
Well, again, going back to this itself, the show being banned because of smoking. And it violates the ad regulations that they've set up in Hong Kong. Again, it's government basically running the show. I don't know. For me, it's like every country can do what it wants to do. You know, it's not my business to tell the people of Hong Kong what they should and shouldn't allow to be on television. But smoking cigarettes, and I think smoking is something that's major out there in China and Hong Kong, if I'm not mistaken. So just kind of a weird ban, you know, for a show. And again, I don't know how they looked at it before it dropped, but it's like, it's clear there's going to be a lot of smoking going on here. All right. It's clearly going to be a lot of smoking in this show. So for that to be the bannable, you know, move is just kind of wild to me. Anyway, what did y'all think about it, man? What do y'all think? Stacy and then Angel.
It just strikes me as weird. I'm just wondering, like, what is the rule that the anime itself broke? That's what I'm wondering. I'm looking that up right now.
Well, let's see. I actually got it here on this article from Automaton. It said, according to the Hong Kong Business Solution, Taiwan-based, so it's actually coming out of Taiwan, the streaming platform Animation Crazy has suspended official distribution of Biberi Animation Studios' Chainsmoker Cat, Yani Neko anime in Hong Kong. The decision was prompted by a letter from Hong Kong's Department of Health stating that the show breached a local ban on online smoking product advertisements. The department reportedly notified Animation Crazy of the violation on August 17, and streaming was halted the same day. It seems the main issue lies not simply in the depiction of smoking itself, but in the appearances of real-life cigarette brands like Japan's Mevius. Under Hong Kong regulations, content can potentially be banned if it is deemed to objectively endorse or encourage smoking, regardless of whether the tobacco manufacturer involved provided sponsorship or not. So they're saying that, okay, there's some brands that they're using. I guess they're using this Mevius brand, which is a real-life cigarette brand. But like, this is the part that I had read. I hadn't heard about that part. This is the part that I had read, that under regulations, content can be banned if it's deemed to objectively endorse or encourage smoking. And I'm like, the show is called Chainsmoker Cat. Of course, it's going to seemingly endorse smoking or encourage smoking because it's about a chain smoking cat. So to me, that was just weird off rip. Like, what? But again, I'm not going to tell folks what they can and cannot do with their rules, but you kind of knew what the show was. So, like, why even allow the show in the beginning?
That seems like kind of like entrapment to me. But the earlier sentence, the brands of like Japan's what? Mavis. So I was like, okay, that. So my idea was right. It was right on the nose of real brands. So I mean, I can understand that.
My question is this: how many episodes did they have before they put this ban on this? like you said, this is a smoking show. That was the initial title. So how many episodes did they let them slide with before they decide, you know what, this is a little bit too much?
Well, when did this start?
It's not in alignment with what we think.
Yeah, I'm
gonna say 5 or 6.
Anime, so it started. So what? We on week 7, so it's probably 7 episodes.
Yeah, I think the government is kind of mad at something that they wanted to be promoted in this is not promoted. I don't think that they had an issue in regards to the smoking until they got some complaints. But other than that, I mean, I feel like the government is overreaching a little bit, but I feel like the government wants something involved in it as well. They want some sort of advertisement or some sort of a control to be able to maintain it with the public, because like I said, 7 episodes, that doesn't make any sense that you're going to allow that to go that long.
I think the problem is because I have seen like random clips from the show. I've never watched it, but it's like they do a lot of like fart humor and stuff like that in it. If I've seen the right clips, because I think those are the same clips from this show.
It says here 8 episodes, so we're 8 episodes in.
So it's like they do a lot of like fart humor, like little, almost like kid humor. So it's like it almost targets at little kids. Like, hey, it's not a super mature show, other than the title says that. So it's like there's a bunch of like, let's say potty humor, right, or whatever. So it's like maybe that could be intriguing to kids. So hey, all these kids are watching this shit about people who are smoking a lot, and maybe that's where they're having an issue with it. Because other than that, I'm like, obviously the name alone should give it away, but okay.
Yeah, that's just what's weird to me. I don't know, man. Maybe
it's like I saw a clip, like, and I know it's from this show for sure because I saw the title. They were like, from whatever Chainsmoker cat, like a demon gets summoned to her house, and her house is so shitty that the demon summons himself back because like her house is such in disarray that he's just like, how can anyone live like this? And the demon literally, or like the devil, basically leaves her house because it's so shitty. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of funny though. Like you're living so bad that the devil leaves your place. Like that's
but it's
wild.
like imagine a show called like, I don't know, Alcoholic Dog. I don't know. I'm just making
Dive Bar 101.
And it's like imagine something about some alcoholic animal, and it's like, hey, this show is promoting drinking. It's like, well, no fucking shit. It's promoting drinking. It's about an alcoholic dog or something like that. Like it's Chainsmoker cat. It blew my mind when I saw that. I was just like,
well, I mean, think about just about any anime ever. There's always some random drunken idiot character who's like ends up being pretty dope or whatever.
But you understand where I'm coming from, right?
Of
you
course,
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a weird like. Yeah, like, how did y'all not see this coming? But now we got to ban it. It should have never entered into your country to begin with. If that's how y'all feel about it.
Well, it technically shouldn't have been greenlit.
It's screaming entrapment to me. That's what it is. That's what I think it is. It's like, we'll let it play a bit, but then, sooner or later, they're going to like, just when you get comfortable, we got to ban that.
Yep.
Like, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing.
You knew exactly what you was getting into. Exactly. So I don't know how. I mean, I haven't watched. I think I've watched like half episode. I really haven't watched it that much. Has anybody else watched it on here?
I've just seen random clips because I like my algorithm's been screwed, or like I don't know. I watch enough anime clips that I see random shit like that, and I'm pretty sure like the ones that are this show, it's like obviously it's a cat girl who's smoking, or they're doing fart jokes, and I'm just like, okay, I was kind of wondering, I was like, who the fuck would watch this? But apparently enough people are watching it to where it got their governments like eyes on it. Like, what the hell is that? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't get it myself, but all right, look, let's keep it going. We got more topics up for bid. This one to me is it's near and dear to a lot of our hearts. Naruto, I'm sure you guys are quite aware they're getting a live action by Destin Daniel Cretton. Are you guys familiar with his game? He just directed Spider-Man Brand New Day. And so his next project is Naruto. And what we are finding out is we got an early casting rumor. Naruto eyes Riverdale star Charles Melton to play fan favorite character in the live action adaptation. So I'm not going to lie. I don't know who this dude is. I've never heard of him. I don't know shit about him. I didn't watch Riverdale. Did anybody watch Riverdale that can tell us a little something about this dude?
No, but I'm sitting there trying to think. Like, so they're very obviously obtuse with the wording fan favorite, because it's like, I mean, there's multiple fan favorites, but I can't think of one character that this dude looks like. Like other than what, Rock Lee, like, right? Like, give him the bowl cut, like that's it. Like, maybe that.
Like, who else?
But he's still too old. Like,
yeah, he's 35 years old, dude.
Yes.
No, but if that's the case, if he's going to be in it, it's not Rock Lee. They're going to make him look like Mike Guy. That if he's 35 or older, they're going to have him playing Guy.
Well, here's what they're saying. They're saying the role of Kakashi Hatake.
Are you shitting me? They're going to have him play Kakashi. No. As a guy who's seen the whole series, both original and Shippuden, this dude playing a Kakashi? Are you fucking serious? You yanking my damn chain now. Fuck this shit.
I don't know why they continue to do these live action remakes, because to me, it's not gonna win over the fans. I don't think he looks like Kakashi either. I'm more of the, like, he doesn't look like him. I don't know if I guess he looks like he could be Asian. Maybe.
Here's the thing. If he really wants to play this,
hold on. Let me look at it.
I don't know. If he really wants to play Kakashi, he's got to have the aloof motif going for him. I don't see that for this dude. I see him playing, like, if he was to play anybody in Naruto, it'd be Yamato or Tenzo. That's who he would get away with. I don't see him playing anything else than that.
They're saying that he was Reggie in Riverdale. What?
The fuck?
Crazy. He was Reggie. Okay, his mother is Korean. His father is an American.
First question: what the fuck is a Reggie? And no,
Reggie from Riverdale. You know, Riverdale is Archie comics and shit. Okay, yeah. So this guy's he's Korean, half Korean. You know, you can kind of see that he does have a little bit of, you know, an Asian appearance to him or whatever. I don't know, man. Like, to me, I'm not really enjoying these live action remakes anyway. This doesn't really feel like a good start. If this is true, now again, it's just a rumor so far, but I don't know. What do you guys think, man? What do you think, Angel? You was the one that brought this to my attention, so I'm curious as to what you think about it.
It just ticks me off to see that they don't really have people, like, you've seen Marvel really trying to put accurate people to look like the characters that they have, and it just ticks me off that a studio is already starting off this way, not really trying to cast properly. So I mean, I want to see something good come out of this, because I know this is a movie that could really catapult anime in some ways for people to go back and look at the mangas, to look at the old shows. And you have a lot of kids that grew up with this as well. You know what I mean? A lot of young kids. I know, you know, my girlfriend's kids love this show. They watch it all the time. So it's like, it's something that's very, you know, near and dear to people. So I think they need to take this more seriously. And when I seen that they cast this guy, and I didn't even know what show he was in or anything like that, he just doesn't look like he fits the role. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't look like anything like right now, just looking, I mean, the mask and everything, maybe you could hide it, but what has he done? Like, this is the thing that ticks me off with some of the people that they cast. Like, is their resumes are not that long. Like, you go only see him in one show, maybe two the most. Like, what else has he done? So, and he's 35. Like, you're not getting anybody younger to be able to, you know, make this into probably a franchise. So I don't understand the thought process it is, but hopefully it's just a rumor, you know, but I'm just agitated with how these studios just do not cast sometimes properly. And especially, where's the creator at? I want to know why the creator is not involved with the casting of this as well. So that's another question that I have.
That's a great question.
Wasn't there an article where it said Kishimoto did have some say but didn't have like the final say? Because I thought you pulled that up once when we talked about this, DA.
I might have, yeah. I do kind of recall that because this has been in the works for a long time. This isn't the first time we've discussed it, but they were looking for a director for a while, and now that they finally landed on Destin Daniel Cretton, you know, again, he's, you know, a lot of people are really believing in him because of Spider-Man Brand New Day and his work on Shang-Chi. They think that he might, you know, be good for this particular film. But yeah, I do believe there was a point where they said that the mangaka was involved, but I don't know where that is at this moment. Yeah, we would have to find out. But yeah, I just, again, I don't like live action remakes. I just don't like them. If anything, if you wanted to do something, you know, like, honestly, don't mind what they're doing with One Piece in a way, you know, just, all right, let's just remake the anime. You know, even though you don't really need to, but it's like, okay, if you want to freshen it up for a new audience, just remake the anime. You know, just give us a new look at the anime, maybe shorten it up a little bit, you know, cut some of the extra scenes out, but we still have the original. And I think that might be the better way to go.
Yep.
You know, just do
it. Plus, the director scares me. The director scares me, dude. Like, look at his resume. You saying Shang-Chi, he didn't do that well with that movie. Spider-Man, you can't really give him that much credit because, to be real with you, Tom Holland put a lot of input into that. You know what I'm saying? So he needed somebody to help him in regards to that. So that's why I'm really already scared with this movie, because that director is hit and miss. He's not somebody that I'm really, you know, rooting for in that way to say he could do this.
The reason why is that, like, even though it's like Shang-Chi was terrible, like the most praise that it got was because of the couple fucking action scenes it had.
Action scenes, yeah, that's all I was about to say.
That's it. So it's like maybe he can direct some type of action stuff. And even though Naruto, sure, it has a lot of action, there's a lot of like almost magical play that goes into it. But it's like, I still feel like you should have somebody who can actually move like they do some type of kung fu or whatever. And it's like, whenever I see stuff like this, it makes me think of stuff like, well, I mean, we just got the movie The Furious, right? There's a bunch of great actors from that like who a lot of them are from like The Raid 2, a bunch of movies that are connected to that stuff. It's like, and that's actually a lot of like Indonesia people, whatever. But it's like a lot of those dudes should be over here, or at least helping, or get like the stunt corrector or the stunt director.
You want your stunt coordinator, exactly.
Coordinator from something like that, where it's like, dude, if you're going to be throw down right, you know, like do it with these kind of people.
To me is the reason why, you know, going back to what Stacey was saying, or what Angel was saying, and not really having confidence in Destin Daniel Cretton. That's probably the only thing I do have confidence with them is, you know, the films that he's done so far have had pretty good stunt choreography. You know, you saw it with Spider-Man Brand New Day and that ninja, or the hand, when Spidey was taking on the hand. I thought that was excellent, man. The way it was shot, you know, all of the
that
various,
was all Jackie Chan
movements.
Though. That was Jackie Chan's team. Like, you could
it's a stunt coordinator, right? So if Destin Daniel Cretton is smart enough to hire and bring in stunt coordinators that are going to shape it up right, then cool. I don't care how we get it, as long as we get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this guy's the guy, because again, Shang-Chi, he has the stunt work was good. I didn't say it was, you know, great, but it was good. The stunt work in Shang-Chi was good. The stunt work in Spidey was good. That's going to be the selling point, because, like, you know, with the Furious, you got to have a good stunt crew if you're doing Naruto. You got to have a really good stunt crew if you're doing any sort of anime adaptation. because I wanted to feel and look like a, especially with the fight scenes, I wanted to feel and look right. So yeah, it may not be Destin Daniel Cretton that's, coordinating the action. But he's working with these guys.
The Furious, like whoever did the stunt choreography for that or whatever, it's like obviously the Furious is very over the top. It's crazy. Like, dude, they're getting hit with hammers, they're flying across the screen, they're doing all sorts of weird shit. That is like, most normal people would die, but like once you see it a few times, you're like, oh, this is just what this is going to be, and you just accept it. Well, that definitely works in an anime adaptation, because it's like, they're getting hit with special powers, they're getting kicked through bullshit, they're flying like 30 yards to the whatever direction they're getting hit, and it's like, yeah, if you do that with the right choreography, you could sell it right if you got the right people to do it. But it's like, yeah, you need like a good stunt choreographer and a fight choreographer. Like, you need those two, and they need to be working in tandem to make it look right. Because it's like, out of how many live action things out there, there's like maybe 2 to 3 acceptable ones that you're like, and even that is that might be pretty loose. Obviously, you got One Piece, and that's because it's goofy and a little whimsical. So you're just like, okay, whatever. There's goofy, whimsical shit happening here. Rurouni Kenshin actually isn't all that bad. Like, it's not, but it's also just samurais. It's just samurais, like it's swordplay, and it's like, so it's like kind of realistic. You're like, you could sell this. And then I think the only other one that I can think of that's even semi, it does no service to the story, but as far as watching it and what it looks like, would be the Bleach one. Like, Bleach, not a good live action, but it's like, it doesn't look awful. Like, it doesn't look bad, but they're just not doing the right story.
I haven't seen it.
I
would say I hesitate watching things, because after I saw like Death Note, when I first saw Death Note, I was like, I don't ever want to see another.
Oh no, Death Note's like, that's
so terrible.
That's where you start to realize, like, hey, don't do this. Like, that's your example of what not to do.
Yeah, the only good redeeming thing about the Death Note thing was William Dafoe. Other than that, I was like, who the hell greenlined that shit?
But look, here's the thing. There's stuff that we all agree shouldn't get remade, all right? And we're about to watch a remake. I was just looking at this had popped up a couple of days ago, or maybe just yesterday. The One Piece. So they're calling it The One Piece. New Dawn, New Adventure, coming to Netflix in February. So this is the remake of One Piece, all right? Animated. So it's not the live action, it's an animated remake of One Piece. And everybody's like, did you really need to remake One Piece? And I'm kind of like, I don't know if you needed to make it again. I understand that Netflix wants to kind of have its own thing separate, but I don't think you need to remake certain anime. And so that's the topic that's up next, okay? Because Collider had put this list up. 10 classic anime series nobody wants to see a remake of. All right, and you see the one that they got right up here, and I think this is probably like, we already
that one's
saw
pretty spot on.
Live action remake. Yeah, we saw the live action version.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Considering what Netflix did to Outlaw Star, no.
Yeah. So let's go through the top 10 or the 10 classic series that nobody should remake. And when they say remake, I think they mean what One Piece is getting. An anime remake. A remake in the form of an anime. All right. Not just like a live action or anything like that.
Basically updating the graphics. Like, I mean,
exactly.
If they just updated the graphics, like, in theory, that's not bad. But what I think they're doing is they're following the there's a way to watch One Piece that it like shortens the story. Yeah. And it's like it like just cuts out a bunch of like filler stuff, and you basically streamline the main story. And it sounds like they're gonna redo that version of it. That's what it sounded like to me, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not
that's
too
what
opposed to, just because I don't want to watch 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
I feel the same way too. Like,
Yep.
I don't want to sit there and watch 2,000 episodes of this show. I'd rather give me the clip notes. Give me something simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm able to adapt that fast, and most people are like that nowadays. They're able to adapt. Especially with One Piece being popular, it's not going to be hard for people. And then plus, you still have all the old episodes around. People could still go back. You could still go back and enjoy the other fillers that you want to enjoy. So it's
like
not
if they do it right,
season, right? If you can abbreviate the season, hey, give me the highlights.
It's like,
I don't need to see every single fight if it's not really moving the plot forward, if it's just a cool ass fight, or I don't need to see every instance. Just give me the highlights of this thing and let me go. I think there are some people that want the Cliff Note versions, like Angel is saying.
Well, it's like what they did with the live action One Piece. Like, they basically took 70 to 80 episodes, however long that first arc is. It's like 70 something episodes, and they condensed it into basically 8 hours, which is way less than 70 episodes. You know, it's like that's a full day's worth of watch into 8 hours worth of watch. Like, and you basically get the same story. I don't feel like you missed out on much. Like, if you're just watch them back to back and be like, hey, what I miss? I don't feel there's enough that you're gonna care. By the time you're on episode 900, you're not caring about any of that.
Well, yeah,
shit.
I mean, episode 900. Yeah, I mean, but when you're saying like that first arc, you know, that they kind of covered going all the way to Arlong Park, there's a lot missing out of that. There's a lot of story missing out of that, but it's fine. It's fine. It worked for what it was. So let me get to this article. It says here, we live in an era of constant remakes and reboots, and with anime reaching the level of fame it is ever more true for that medium. On the one hand, with shows like One Piece are getting remakes, and their story isn't even done. On the other hand, classic anime such as Fist of the North Star are getting new adaptations, but there will always be series, including Tokyo Ghoul and Soul Eater, that deserve a remake and get nothing. Yeah, there's some stuff that probably... Tokyo Ghoul is definitely one of them that probably should get a remake, and you know, because its season 2 is dog shit and it's not going to get one, or it hasn't gotten one. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten through Soul Eater, so I'm not sure, but I know a lot of people swear by Soul Eater.
I like Soul Eater. I even have a Soul Eater tattoo, man.
Okay. Name is in the house, coming to the stage. What's up, Name? Just in time for the topic, man. So Name, here we are. We're talking about, just so you're aware, 10 classic anime series nobody wants to see a remake of. You see Cowboy Bebop front and center. Let me go ahead and just scroll through these real quick, and you guys can make comments along the way. Number 10, Yu Yu Hakusho. 100%. Yes. Where's MMA Crease King to agree with me? Doesn't need to be remade. It's perfect the way it is.
There's no need to remake it. The story was streamlined. The animation was good for the 90s, and it told a coherent story no matter what. Don't touch this. Don't touch this.
It's perfect. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho number 10. I don't think anybody needs to touch that one. All right, number 9, Hajime no Ippo. I mean, I've seen this one. It's good. I don't know if it's something that's untouchable. I haven't watched it all, obviously, but it's fine. It's a good anime. Anybody seen this to say, nah, it's untouchable, don't touch it, don't remake it?
No, I've seen this, and like you said, it's really good. The thing is, there are some things that probably do need to touch up, but that's it.
Okay. Georgia Girl says, don't touch this. Dun, 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 dun. Fair enough. All right, number 8. We're going to get to number 8. Great Teacher Onizuka. No clue. Haven't watched it. Don't know nothing about it.
No, never watched it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Too bad Brandon's not here. He probably would know about this. My friend has seen the show. He watched it during our senior year of high school. He said it was good. So
that was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it got a live action remake recently. But as for anime remake, I'm not sure.
Dandy Jandon says, I have seen it. It is untouchable. Okay. You're fake. The anime looks too old. My Gen Z brain needs modern designs. Fair enough, man. Yeah, I've never heard of it either, Ross. So this is my first. Maybe I need to go check it out. If it's untouchable like that, I need to go and check it out. And it says here it's a comedy. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It actually is a comedy.
Number 8. Number 7. Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion. Don't touch it. Leave it be. Leave it where it's at. It's fine the way
I'm almost done with season 2 because like I'm not a big fan of like anything that has mechs in it. But
yeah,
because Name has been talking so much about Gundam, I was like, all right, let me start with something that'll be like that's a little bit more modern, that'll have like that I can ease into like liking mech stuff, and then I'll start trying to watch some Gundam. And this one has been fucking fantastic. It's been really good.
Code Geass is fire. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Code Geass is actually a really good series. I will give you that. There's just one little point as far as I'm considered, and you know, if nobody agrees with me, that's fine. It's the whole story about like how his sister got put into a wheelchair, and at first it's like the emperor is dead, but it comes to find out he's actually in another universe because of a certain power. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a cop out, man. And that's the only thing about it I hate. Other than that, Code Geass is actually really good. It had a lot of potential.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love Code Geass, man. So yeah, I would agree with that one. That and Yu Yu Hakusho so far for me. Yeah, leave them alone. Death Note, look, come on now.
Oh God.
They never look. There's people that don't like the end of Death Note, and that's fine. You don't have to like the end of it, but it is damn near the perfect anime. Is there any reason to remake this? No. This is a perfect anime, man. It's like, what is it? 35, 36 episodes, clean, lean.
37.
The story 37. Okay, clean, lean. Story gets the story. There's no episode in this story that it falls off. It's perfect. It's the perfect anime. I don't think
it gives you that.
Disagree with it.
No. This actually is what you want.
I don't even know why this is number 6. This should be number 1.
It's the writers. That's what I got to say about it. The thing about this series is basically very simple. You want that drama that like if you love crime drama, Death Note was your anime, and that was what it was meant to be. Yeah. You're not solving crimes, but it was like the whole thing itself was like, is it like a giant rat race that you knew for a fact how it was going to end, and you just wanted to go along for the ride.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're just along for the ride, man. No, it was great. Yeah, I agree. Any disagreements?
I think that Death Note live action needs a remake.
No, the Death Note
destroy it, burn it with fire.
I don't think that's not even make at all. Like the thing with Death Note is like it's one of those like you know when you're talking to somebody new to anime, it's one of those that you easily recommend because it's an easy watch. It's going to be easily recognizable. The source material, or like not just the source material, the material that is dealing with in the show is like pretty easy to conceptualize. Like you're just like, oh, it's like an easy step into anime with a pretty easy to take in story, and it's like, dude, don't ruin it in any way. Like let it be, so like people can still recommend it, because then you'll be like, oh man, watch Death Note, and all of a sudden they pull up some bullshit new adaptation and they're like, that was trash, dude. I watched like that movie. And you're like, one, Jesus Christ. Yeah, like I watched the movie and they're like, no,
trash.
Don't do it. No.
Don't watch that one. Like, please don't watch that one.
Watch that. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Agree. Whoever came up with the idea for the live action Death Note needs to be on the receiving end of Goku's Warp Kamehameha, Vegeta's Final Flash, Krillin and 18's Destructo discs, and let's say the Super Saiyan Blue Spirit Bomb.
You know what they should do? They should have to
all at once.
They should have to sit endlessly through Dragon Ball Evolution for the rest of the time, just so they can see, just so they can really fully embrace.
Number 5, Monster.
Damn, I thought I was evil with it. Shit.
Never heard of it. Anybody heard of it?
Actually, yes. I've seen this. Sci-Fi actually used to have a weekly anime block on their channel back on cable around the I'd say the mid 2000s, and this was actually one of their big selling points.
Pretty good.
The story,
don't touch it.
Story solid. I think it's sometimes they they do drop a bit of frame, but it kind of makes sense for it.
Yeah, the animation is a little shoddy. I was watching it, like I repicked it up because I have watched it before and I didn't really remember the full story. But yeah, even just a couple episodes in, I was like, man, dude, sometimes watching certain animes, like the animation was rough, you know? You're just like, oh man, there's so much better shit I could be watching right now. As far as visually, you know, like if I'm going to be focusing, I want to be seeing something that's pleasant to look at. So it's a good story, and if they redid it, the same story, just better visuals, like if that's what they're aiming for in this article, there's probably a lot that could be done with some of these older ones, especially. But yeah.
Okay. Planet number 4. I look, I haven't read through this list. I just clicked on the article. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea. Name, you unmuted. What you think?
Nah, I don't know what it is, but it's on my list because what's it called? I think it's one of the classics from back then. So I put it on the list back when I started.
I'm just gonna say this: if you would think that this is going to be a wholesome anime, you're gonna get, I guess you could say, bait and switched at the end. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right. Well, that's number 4. Never heard of it. Number 3, FLCL. I have heard of this one. I haven't seen it.
Fully Cooley. There's 3 seasons, but the thing is, they're I guess you could say connected to each other. The sad part is that all the episodes are 6. All the seasons are like 6 episodes apiece. The thing is, like, the story is literally, there's no connection of story. It's just ass pull out of ass pull out of ass pull.
This isn't the one with the kid with the bat, right? What's the one with the kid with the bat?
Actually, no, you're thinking of a Paranoia Agent as
Paranoia
the bat. This guy, yeah. This one is where both the pink-haired girl and the boy both use guitars, and the guitars they use is like classic versions. I'm like, why would you use that as a weapon? You have to treasure that. I'm like, why?
Okay. Here we go. Number 2, Initial D. What?
I'm actually surprised about this one.
They made a modern remake of that, guys. It's called Fast and the Furious. Get with the times.
Interesting. I haven't seen
Sci-Fax 1,
man. This is old school. I haven't seen this in a long time, man.
Initial D bagel.
Sci-Fax 1.
Get out of here.
Exactly. Sci-Fax 1.
I think
Collider 0.
You can absolutely leave that one alone too. All right. And then Cowboy Bebop, which they had on the cover, and I don't think you need to touch Cowboy Bebop, live action or otherwise. Perfect anime in my opinion. Another perfect anime. Right there with Death Note. And no reason to do anything with it. Just leave it be. Everybody can go watch the old one if they
look. The animation and expressions and stuff outside of the picture, it's like, just look at the colors in this picture alone and think about how people have been filming movies lately. Like, unless you just use massive weird CGI and do like Guardians of the Galaxy bullshit where it's like everything is blown out of proportion, like how could you pull this off live action? Like, just these colors, these scheme, and the shots. Like, these people don't know how to like film this kind of color scheme in one shot. And also, to be fair, I mean, I don't know if you can even pull it off in real life to get all that to really blend into one camera shot properly, you know. But it's like, and then find the characters to do everything. It's just such it's a visual masterpiece of what they're doing, mixed with like jazz hip hop kind of vibe going on. Like, how are you going to do that?
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Yeah. With those 10 that they just went through, I think, that's probably seen 5 of them and didn't see the other 5. I'm not sure, but I would. No, I've seen most of those. To me, the only one that I had a question about was Hajime no Ippo. I think you could make. I think you could do that again. I would.
I mean, it's just a boxing anime, and it's like, what you just got to speed up.
I mean, you could always just do another boxing anime. But if somebody said, "Yeah, we're gonna remake Hajime no Ippo," I'd be like, "All right, go for it."
I mean, just having a guy punch a tree and catch 30 leaves really quick, that'd be kind of cool to see on screen. Like,
all right, we got a couple of
Cyfax,
super
I think
chats.
they did that in G Gundam with Chibbity Crockett.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Damn,
all right, let's
Jesus
get
is
to
the
the couple of
first one
super
to make a
chats real
Gundam
quick, and then
reference,
we're gonna
not
move
me.
on. Jenna Ortega for 5. Did you know there's another Japanese anime streaming service called Ocean Vale? It's brand new. Nope. What is that? Never heard of it. Name. Have you heard of that?
They do like a lot of ecchi and hentai, bro.
Oh god.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and I think I know one that's.
Hey, Jen Ortega, send me that link, by the way. But oh god, not
Marshall J.
It's for research purposes. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah,
if it's
get that over to Cyfax. He's interested in Ocean Vale.
I know. I've actually seen an ad.
Marshall J. I hadn't heard of.
Actually seen
what's up?
I've actually seen an ad for it, and the anime for that ad was, in fact, do you like big girls?
Do you like big girls?
Yeah.
Hey, we got Angel on the stream. Hey, what do you think about
how
that?
Did name not? Hey, name.
You can't be. Come on, man. I don't know. I don't like how you attack that community. That's not fair at all. Don't do that.
Hey, dude, I would say it to DK Bones, but he's not here, dude. That guy, he's all about it.
Nothing wrong with the fluffies. Ain't nothing wrong with them.
He lives that life. It's all good.
Gilgamesh for 2. Oba is the one that is doing this himself. Doing what?
I think he's talking about the remake.
Oh, Oda? Eiichiro Oda?
Yeah.
You're right. He is. Yeah, he wants to do it, And again, that's up to him. That's fine. The real question is, did you need to do it? Whether he's doing it or not, is it, just for his own pocketbooks? He's making more money off of it, or what's the artistic purpose behind it? That's what I see. But yeah, I mean, he could do whatever he wants. His property, he can do it. He can remake it 1,000,000 times. That's how it goes. Thanks, Gilgamesh, for the 2. We come back with Nick Knack. Shout out to Nick Knack for the 5. Great teacher. Onizuka is fire. Don't sleep on it. Go watch some clips online, and you'll be hooked. Hail to Nick Knack. Thank you, Nick Knack. Always coming through, dropping a 5, getting 5 on it. I appreciate it. Nick Knack got her own emoji. All right. And I'm going to drop that in the chat. Thank you very much, Nick Knack, for being here. Thanks for being a part of the family. And thanks for dropping 5 on it. We appreciate it. Everybody, hey, thank Nick Knack. If you are a member, you have an emoji in there for you to use for her. So let's say thank you to that. And then let's go ahead and thank the super chatters, and let's move on. We got to talk a little bit of Avatar, The Last Airbender, and something that they probably didn't do or should have done, but didn't do. All right, check this out. This was on Toon Hive. Zuko and the Origin of the Red Lotus movie was reportedly canceled, partly due to its darker political tone. The Paramount reportedly wants to keep the Avatar franchise focused on family-friendly stories. Have they watched Avatar?
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually started.
This is gonna be family friendly. What's family? I mean, yeah, there are parts of Avatar that are family friendly, and then there's parts of Avatar that's like, yo, like Monk Gyatso got burnt to a crisp. There's nothing family friendly about the first, like what happened with Aang and the Air Temple and the Air Nomads. It's like,
it's like there's a whole nation committing a genocide against a different people, but don't worry about that. Like,
Oh yeah,
like, you're different than us. We're gonna remove you from this earth. Okay.
I mean, I understand what y'all saying, but it was a
super family friendly.
Though.
Nowadays, though, I mean, abortion is family friendly. So there you go.
Yeah, all right. What were you saying, Angel?
I mean, to me, I understand what y'all saying because we know the story and we look at it in a different way, but a kid is not looking at it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like a child is just looking at, looking at it as simplistic as he can. But I can understand with Zuko because Zuko is a darker character. Like he has a dark past. He has, anger issues. He has things that happen with his moms, and I think that's what this story was about him reportedly going to find his mother or the journey to get his mom's back or something like that. So, I mean, to me, this would have been, for us, I would have enjoyed to watch it because I know the story and I know the lore. But to a young kid, I mean, they probably really wouldn't understand too much, you know what I'm saying, unless there was a lot of action in it and they're not going to pay attention to the story. But I understand what Paramount is trying to do. I mean, they're trying to stay borderline. They want to keep everything, marketable. They want to make money.
I mean, how dark was it going to get? I mean, they had death and all kinds of stuff going on in the original Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like you said, the show starts with a genocide. The show starts with a genocide. It's like, okay, like how much darker did what was in these shows? That's what I was like, okay, we got to keep this somewhat family friendly because it never really, in my opinion, it was never really family friendly. I mean, it was somewhat family friendly, but it always had dark themes.
I think the reason why is because of the whole thing dealing with what's her name, Azula. Yeah, a lot of people actually figured out the reason why she was that way was because of her and Zuko's father. So, yeah, they basically explored as much as they could on Nickelodeon with that, while getting away how they did. I don't think they could do it anymore. So, yeah, I could understand with canceling that.
Now, the Order of the Red Lotus, I thought that was that was in the Korra, if I'm not mistaken. That was Korra's villains. In like the.
But I think there was the white. Wasn't that the White Lotus?
The White Lotus. No, the White Lotus was
White Lotus
like
protected
Iroh and that was in the Avatar.
Yeah. Red Lotus ties into some Korra bullshit. I think.
Oh yeah, I think it did. I think
I could have did without that, but I would have loved to see Zuko going to find his mother. That would have been cool.
They wanted,
and dealing with
you guys have to ask yourself the question. It's the same with the remake question. Is it something that we need? Because these creatives that worked on these shows, they're all different now. It's 20 years removed from the fact when they were making it. Their beliefs have changed. Their worldview has changed. So you're not gonna get the same avatar from them. I was watching Heel vs. Babyface Az's video on Lanterns earlier. And he said it, 2016 absolutely nuked the entertainment industry. That was like their cataclysmic event. Entertainment hasn't been the same in the West since 2016. So do you think we'll be able to get an Avatar: The Last Airbenders level of quality from this movie? Or are we going to get that fucking, what's it called, that Aang movie level of quality that we got a few months ago? Like what Avatar are we talking about? Because, the OGs came back and did it. They're working on the new Avatar season, but do you think Avatar was a one-time hit for them, or is it, because they were working on Korra too?
Has anybody seen the new trailer for the new Avatar? Like, has anybody seen a new one?
I actually have seen the trailer for it. It has potential. It has potential. I need to see more though.
Yeah. I haven't watched it. I kind of look, man. I think personally, the OG Avatar: The Last Airbender is kind of the only thing that's really good. I haven't liked any of the live action remakes, either the movie or the show. And then the Korra, I wasn't wild about Korra. I thought there was a couple of good episodes in Korra. I thought the first season and then some of the stuff they were deep diving into in the second season was good, but Korra lost me with that whole harmonic convergence bullshit.
Yeah, season 3, I think I was,
Well, the one where she lost her fucking, like when she lost the avatars, when she lost them all.
Yeah, she lost all of them.
I was like, man, fuck this show. I was done at that point. So I'm good with the Avatar franchise not having. What's that?
The kiss in the end when she ended up hooking up with her friend in the end.
With
I was
the
just
girls.
like, that lost me there. I was just like, this is the beginning of the end right there. I was just like, I'm good.
They were doing too much there. Although I heard a rumor that they originally wanted to do the comic that basically was Zuko going to find his mother. They wanted to do that, although I don't know what reason stopped them on that.
I heard they were into they got as far as early voice acting and pretty deep into previs before Paramount went in. They looked at it and they're like, all right, guys, we gotta move towards the family friendly direction.
Yeah, for me, it's like stick with the what the fans want. Like, do the fans want an Avatar show that sticks to the family friendliness? I don't know what Paramount's thinking on that one. Like, and I'm not even somebody that's begging for it, but I would have probably said, oh, okay, a Zuko, focused show. I might have checked that out. Zuko's a great character. I probably would have checked it out. If it was done properly, if there's good writers and, good people involved, I probably would have said, yeah, sure.
But to me, that's the difference from the new Avatar to now, DA. Like the last Avatar, the writing was that good that, yes, you knew that there was some sort of a genocide that happened, but they never showed anything. It was not totally implied. It was just there that you knew in the back of your head, yes, he lost his family. He lost everybody. But it was like this one, they're probably going to show more. They're probably going to get graphic. Like, you don't know what they were going to do in regards to that. And that's what I'm saying. The writing was different. Like, people knew how to be coy. They knew how to make sure that you understood what was going on, but it wasn't something that you had to see. But the story still was intact and it was still fluid. And that's the problem with stories nowadays. It's not like that anymore.
It was the more of the less with more. You can get more out of it with the less you used. And that's how they were able to do that.
Yeah, Angel has a great point, because when you're on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, all these kid-oriented channels, you have to be smart with your writing, because you can't outright say, "Oh, I killed him," or you can't show blood, you can't show guns, you can't show anything crazy. But now that they're on a streaming platform, and now that it's 2026, that the Avatar audience has grown up, it's like you said, who are they catering it for? Are they catering it for a new generation of kids, or are they catering it to the guys who already grew up with Avatar? Because I think that who you target it towards in that regard, you create a very completely different product. And also nowadays, like Angel said, I think the writing would probably be a little bit more whack, because they're probably gonna secondhand, they're gonna tailor it to secondhand viewing. They might get producer notes be like, oh, they're not going to understand what's going on here. Can you put a character or like a little tidbit explaining what the plot is going on? So they might just spell it out for you instead of letting you put the pieces together like you had to with the old show.
Yeah,
that's similar to what I think one of the Transformers stories did that. They basically told the war, but I want to say it was either one of the Beast Wars or Robots in Disguise, where they actually explained certain things with like little Post-it notes or whatever. I might be wrong.
All right. Sorry about that. I had a little snafu over here. All right. I want to move on to this, because this was kind of an interesting topic. We've talked about Cool Japan in the past. It's basically Japan's way of promoting its content overseas. Well, we're hearing now that Cool Japan is going to get its plug pulled. Okay. It says here, according to several reports, including the Mainichi newspaper, the Japanese government plans to abolish the Cool Japan Fund due to accumulated losses of 54 billion yen. The fund was established in 2013 to help the sales and promotion of Japanese culture abroad, like manga and anime. All right. So they basically are saying, look, this thing is just a money-losing endeavor. We're 54 billion yen in the hole. Let's just stop Cool Japan, pull the plug, and move on. All right. And, we've talked about it in the past, what's her name? Kimi, what's her name? Onoda?
Onoda?
She was the
Onoda.
Yeah, she was the head of that. She was I think like the chairperson or something, and you know, she was all about her anime, man. She loved her anime. Say, hey man, keep your hands off my anime. You know, don't try to jump in here and change it up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be in charge of Cool Japan to help promote manga and anime overseas, and I'll have the control over it. Well, it seems like now, I guess, I don't know, has it been successful? Has it not been successful? Anime's been growing like crazy over the last, you know, 5-10 years, but I don't know if that had anything to do with the Cool Japan. You know, I still think anime blew up just because of the pandemic, but you know, that's just me. But I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about this move to kind of pull the plug on this, you know, and say, all right, that's it. We don't really need to do that anymore. Japan moves to scrap Cool Japan Fund while pushing content grants. So it's still going to be pushing grants for content, trying to promote it from that standpoint, but not going through this Cool Japan Fund. Anyway, what are y'all thoughts?
Now, because of this article, I can understand that now, because if the Cool Japan thing was just trying to push it, even though basically anime has become a juggernaut over here, then yeah, they were losing money on that. And I can understand them saying, pull the plug. Other than that, I really didn't see a reason for it.
A poorly managed slush fund. Yeah, maybe that was what it was. Wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, you know, again, I think with anime and the way that it's been growing, it's kind of an organic growth in a lot of ways, really due to the pandemic. A lot of people just stuck in the house. They couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't do nothing. So it was like, screw it, man. What's on? Oh, okay. We can watch this Demon Slayer and this My Hero Academia and all these other big shows that came out at that time that built up these enormous fan bases. And I don't think you really needed anything more than that, you know, just to have people forced to watch anime. Now all of a sudden they love it, you know, and now it's, you know, one of the most dominant, you know, mediums out there. And so, yeah, I think, you know, anime was going to be fine regardless whether or not Japan was pushing extra money into it. It does, of course, help to fund it, you know, and promote it. But Name, where do you see this moving going forward?
I think it's like you guys said, the fact that, you know, the pandemic blew up anime in a way that they couldn't with Cool Japan was probably one of the indicators, like, okay, we're putting too much money into this, you know, we're not getting much out of it, we've got to shut it down. And, you know, like all you guys, I'm not really one for government getting into a lot of things, you know. Yeah. I think that, you know, 54 billion, that's a lot of money, even without doing the conversion, in my mind, that's still a lot of money, you know, being spent. And they could be probably allocating a lot of stuff towards that. I think, you know, ideally, in an ideal world, the government stays out of stuff like, you know, entertainment, because, you know, when they're putting that kind of money in, they probably want to like push some sort of agenda. And that's not something that you want to be associated, you know, especially with the Japanese government. Like, if there's any agenda that's being pushed, like, you know, we don't like it, but it should at most come from the creators itself. It shouldn't be coming from like Big Daddy government. But, you know, and I guess the one thing I do wonder is, you know, with all the organic grassroots stuff that's being pushed now, like, are like certain elements of Japan going to be conveyed? Because, you know, if you think about it, even though Demon Slayer is like very culturally rich in that area of Japan, you know, aside from like all the fantastical elements, people don't really care about that stuff. You know, you start to, it's just because like a lot of the big anime, there's not really a lot of quote unquote Japanese, like, you know, culture involved. Like My Hero, you know, you can say like JJK, like, you know, the curses and, you know, the whole like being set in and the Shibuya as like one of the biggest arcs. You can argue that, but I feel like, you know, maybe it did kind of do its job in the sense that, okay, now we have all these like popular, you know, easy to identify ones, Tokyo, Shibuya, all these like landmarks, like that's okay. But, and in terms of like, you know, traditional, you know, because I think that's what they were trying to promote, not just like anime. I looked on their page, they talked about mecha, they talked about, you know, traditional Japanese like stuff. I wonder if that's, you know, how that's going to get promoted in an organics, in an organic way. If a lot of the modern anime fans are kind of interested in that stuff, because a lot of the shows, they don't have that kind of stuff, or they don't deal with that kind of stuff.
Right.
I feel like this. I mean, I was just looking at it online. They spent about 300 mil in regards to this promotion. So you spend about 300 mil, and this is how I feel about it. I'm looking at it and with the analogy like a club. They only promoted it around their block, around their area. 300 mil, why didn't you promote this like on the World Cup? That would have blew up and around the World Cup with all the eyes of the world that could have seen some promotion in regards to this. It was a lot, like, to me, it's partly the way that they marketed it. They didn't go outside of their area. I didn't hear nothing out here in the States about Cool Japan in regards to, especially if you spend 300 mil. Like, that's something that I should have seen on the WNBA channel, something like wherever. I should have seen a poster, anything in regards to Cool Japan. So where did all that money really go? Like, you know what I mean? I lost 54 billion yen.
Bro.
Like, that's 300 mil. Where
300
did all
mil?
that go?
Bro, that's the Avengers.
Mil.
Bro, that's the 300 mil is the Doomsday and Secret Wars marketing budget. But no, Angel has a point because I like you said, they're only marketing to their block because, you know, yo, who's watching that shit? But, you know, Angel, you have a great point because, you know, I think what Japan thinks is hot isn't necessarily what the world thinks is hot. You know, they brought up Mecha. You know, DA, you went to Japan. Conan is huge over there. You know, it doesn't get there's no motion over here in America. Same with Doraemon. It's really big over there, but there's not much presence of it here. And I feel like, you know, that's maybe another reason why a lot of the money felt wasted because their idea of what the world might have liked was very different from what the world came to like, because we do have some overlap, you know, like Dragon Ball, One Piece, you know, the big ones. But other than that, I think, like, you know, their big media was like completely different from the media that went big over here, because Cowboy Bebop didn't do well over there, but over here,
I mean, it could have blew up, like, especially the way that Demon Slayer was popular, you know. Then even in like the NBA finals, they were using anime cartoons. They were using certain anime aspects in the NBA finals and the World Cup. Like, this is the time that they really could have poured, let's say, 50 mil of that and just put some commercials out there, put some promotion out there during the World Cup, during the NBA finals. Like, you could have took advantage of that. And that's all I'm saying. Like, they had the capital to do that, but all they did was just worried about promoting around the club. Like, oh yeah, we see you coming to our club. Yo, come back. Come on, here you go. Cool band. Cool.
I see what you're saying.
That didn't make no sense to me. Like, go outside of your block and promote. Like, you always gonna be the man on your block. Always. You know what I'm saying? But when you step outside of that area, that's when you're really gonna see what you're about, what your marketing is about, what your product is about. So, I mean, that's how I feel about it, man. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I'm curious, why would you think a thing called Cool Japan would apply to, I don't know, the rest of the world? Like,
it could have worked.
Literally the country's in the fucking name. Like I mean, like, if there was a random policy called Cool America, I wouldn't expect England and anywhere else to, like, that's what I'm thinking of. But it's like, I mean, were they trying to get it out to everyone, or like this idea out to everyone? It sounds like it's supposed to be for them, by them. So, like, I don't know, wondering why anybody else would care makes me wonder. But all right.
Yeah, 2013, you know, we look at it differently right now, but back then anime wasn't as hot, nowhere near as hot as it is right now. You know, you have your heavy hitters, but other than that, to the masses, it was still like pretty niche. It was still a little looked down upon. And then you have the COVID boom happen, and then that changed the perception of anime for a lot of mainstream people.
Yep.
I think, you know, that's 7 years of like money being spent. That's like a lot of money in the hole, and it didn't have as much of an effect as COVID. It
had no effect on it. I don't think it had any effect at all on the way that people watch anime overseas. I think it was a waste of money and time. It was cool, you know, Cool Japan, but it didn't really do anything. And, you know, as soon as we were all locked up and had nowhere to go, everybody started watching anime because that's all that was on. And it's like, oh shit, man, these stories are great, you know, and then the rest is history. All right, look, I want to talk about this. This is the big story of the night, and everybody's going to have to weigh in on this because we all know about Crunchyroll, all right? We all know that Crunchyroll it seems like every week we hear something more negative about Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll can't get out of its own way. And it seems like these cats are always causing problems for themselves and for their own perception, because people just say, hey, man, Crunchyroll is the devil. We don't like them. All right. Well, look at this, man. Now Crunchyroll has gone to, because they are owned by Sony. All right. They have now gone through the trouble of removing tons of physical product after locking the store behind a subscription wall. The Sony-owned anime platform rolls out big changes to the store. Basically, here's what's going on. They've gotten rid of pretty much their physical media. All right. This is on Anime News Network. Crunchyroll store removes physical manga and light novels. Gone. No longer to be seen. So you can't go to Crunchyroll and buy it. And it seems like everything is going more on that digital route, especially when you're talking about Sony. So I don't think this is going to matter too much in the large scheme of things for Crunchyroll. But it does set a precedence that, okay, we're not going to have physical manga or light novels. It seems like everybody's pushing digital now. And so you won't own anything. You can, rent it, I guess. But you won't actually own anything, and Crunchyroll is just perfectly fine with going along with that. What do y'all think? I mean, I didn't buy my manga from them anyway.
I'm actually happy with that because.
Yeah. Go ahead. I think we got a bad connection, Stacy.
Yeah.
We got a bad connection, bro.
Bad connection.
Girl, I'm happy with that. I don't buy my anime from them. I don't buy my.
Hey, try it again, man, because we couldn't hear a thing you said.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Oh, wow. I'm with Georgie, girl. I don't buy from them. They're 86 in themselves slowly. So, like I said, I'm happy with it.
All right. Name?
I think this extends to their physical catalog as well. We know with the whole rights stuff situation, because I saw a lot of the, I saw that I didn't send it because you guys don't care about that stuff, but they apparently Crunchyroll has the license to a lot of Gundam stuff, and they just weren't using it. They were just sitting on it for like the longest time. And now that they're taking all this stuff out of print, like The Witch from Mercury seasons 1 and 2, which is already a bit of a controversial season within itself, that shit is going for like $140 because it's out of print. And I don't know if you have it pulled up ready, but I think it was a Deadline interview with one of the Crunchyroll executives, and he was using like terms like, when he was talking about their entertainment catalog, he was talking about streaming, fan experiences, and then he specifically said digital manga as one of the experiences. He didn't say manga, he said digital manga. Like, he had to throw that in. So again, I think this is just the end game for a lot of streamers, because it means that they don't have to spend the money on production to print, DVDs and stuff. Like, they can just like license you the product, and they give it to you for like a steal for sure, because you have the whole library at your fingertips, but you never really own it. And that's the sucky part about it, because if they take off a show, as we've been seeing, all these like licenses like expire and then they have to renew it, and there's like that little limbo period where you couldn't get something like Hunter x Hunter, like we talked about a few weeks ago. It sucks because there are people who genuinely just want to watch this stuff, and then they're like, oh shit, we don't have the license to it anymore. So good luck, man. You got to go sail the 7 seas or something. But I was cleaning my room earlier today, and I was just like, looking through some of the physical things I had, and it just like, reminded me of how important this stuff is, because they like, when you buy physical, so if they're not just doing the bare minimum, you get a lot of little extra goodies. You get behind the scenes, you get interviews, you get like production behind the scenes, like, and that's before like any little gifts that they give you, like, oh, if you get this, we'll throw in like a little like
Yeah, there's always
like,
that good stuff that you get with physical media, but like the main thing is you get the movie and it's yours, and you can or series, TV series or whatever, and it's yours, and you can always watch it whenever you want to, and you don't have to pay more money to see it.
And it's unaltered. That's another big thing.
That's
nowadays.
another big one. Yeah. Because
now look, here's the next side of it. All right, and we've talked about this before. Right Stuff Anime, right? They merged with the Crunchyroll store, promise of creating the ultimate anime fan first shop. As of today, Crunchyroll's new storefront does not list manga, light novels, danmei, and manhwa for sale, prompting questions on local media about the direction of the store. Right Stuff was previously recognized as the largest online anime specialty retailer for physical merchandise in the U.S. and Canada, offering more than 30,000 unique products at the time of the merger. Now people are wondering, hey, man, what's going to happen with all of this stuff that Right Stuff had? Because Crunchyroll, they just shifted. Now, no more manga, no more light novels, no more. What is danmei? What is that? Is that?
I don't know. But
manhwa, I know that's Korean.
Yeah. And also,
I'll look it up. That's the thing. Whatever they have printed, they're gonna sell until it's gone. So
yeah.
I mean,
we covered
if they have these things there, like they'll sell it until, like I said, it's gone. But I mean, a lot of this stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Eventually, it'll become like a novelty item or whatever. But I mean, there are some things that I do like about what like Crunchyroll and stuff does. And it's something as simple as this, which is like, so like say they offer like you can watch or you can read the manga series, their mangas, whatever you want to call it, manga series, on their service. And if you were to go and try and find book one somewhere out in the real world, like you're not gonna good luck, like that shit's all gone. Like find like 1 through like 7 of one of the most popular series out there or whatever. But you can just go read it online for $10 for 10. So that's why like Name was saying, hey, it's actually kind of a steal. Like you can read it. It does suck that you don't get to own it, and but at the same time, it's like, well, at least you got a chance to read it and whatever. So I do appreciate stuff like that, as long as it's unaltered, as long as it's the real.
That's the key. Is it going to be unaltered? Is it going to be legit?
That's the only thing that I'm worried about, because it's like I'm watching stuff and like Name brings it up all the time in our group chat where it's like check this out, and it's like from different anime. Some I watch, some I don't. But it's like the altered words of what it actually really means. Some of them are, don't get me wrong, they're kind of meaningless, but at the same time, it's like it can make a big difference in what you're reading, or there's like, there's bullshit behind it. And it's like, well, the more and more bullshit you let slide, the more and more bullshit will keep coming into it. And so that like that's the main point that I feel he's bringing to attention to us. That's at least that's what I feel. Yeah, it's like, hey, look what they let slide here on this. And then it's like, well, when he sends more and more of those more and more times about more and more shit, it's like, look how it's an avalanche all of a sudden. And it's like, it's the slippery slope, thing,
Yeah.
Sure, makes a good point there. Without physical, there's no point in paying for digital manga. I agree.
True. Danmei is basically Chinese boy love novels.
Oh, that sounds like marriage talks in there.
Is that what it is? Oh, okay.
I mean, but
I don't see the connection there.
Bro, I mean, jokes aside, we did talk about this weeks ago. Remember how Crunchyroll, they announced they're gonna start like tiering their store anyway, so like the most basic Crunchyroll member can't even access their store. And I saw that what they plan to drop for their Crunchyroll store, it's a lot of like cool looking hype, quote unquote hype beast merch, and a lot of fans weren't happy about that. Because like, bro, if I want cool merch, I can just get that from Uniqlo. I can get that from other like luxury brands. Like I don't need Crunchyroll. Like, because I went to Round One, which is like a big arcade, chain.
Yeah, here's the store in case anybody's curious as to what the Crunchyroll store looks like. It's just kind of cheap, man. It's like because people were calling the accessories, collectibles, games, and memberships.
People were calling out the fact that Crunchyroll is like this pervade, it's supposed to be the bastion of anime because, Netflix, they're doing anime too. They're a bigger streamer, but Crunchyroll is supposed to be like, the anime guy, and the fact that people are saying like, the fact that you're only promoting the most popular brands, which is, financially lucrative. But if you're supposed to be like the champion for anime, all anime, big or small, I kind of expect you to have like more in your catalog.
This is cheap, man. I mean, like everything's like super expensive, and it's like I can find a Luffy hat for cheaper than $25. That's crazy,
dude. We got three people. We got three people here right here on this panel that are in California. If you've never been to like Ensenada, Mexico, or you go to any tourist spot in Mexico, they have all this shit for like not only 1/10 this price, but then you can haggle it down even further. I swear to God, dude, you get some of the coolest figurines. You get the coolest shit for like, instead of $300, you'll get it for like $20, dude. I swear to God. And it's like, yeah, maybe it might break, and it's obviously not the name brand, but it's like, dude,
shopping at Crunchyroll store. I think
I'm telling you, you can get it for cheap as shit.
Bro, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to eat this because, like I said, nobody's we all just said, nobody's buying this stuff. Anything that they bought, they basically have shown that they don't really have the interest of getting it back in stock as much as possible. Like I said, I've actually shopped from them. I actually bought quite a few manga. They end up giving me my money back, thank God. But I only got like 2 of like the 8 mangas I bought from them, and I'm like, yeah, no wonder why Brandon calls you guys.
You got a limited collection of Chainsaw Man coming up in 3 days. Shit, like who would? I just buy regular shirts, but like a dingy patch zip hoodie for $120.
Bro, that's robbery, bro. Hell no.
What the hell are they
This
doing?
is crazy. I'm a casual, anime person in regards to this. I never worried about the store. I don't think about the store. You know what I'm saying? And then 2, this is just another way for them to raise the prices on regards to membership, to give an excuse on why they want to promote this store. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna keep doing that nonsense, and that doesn't make any sense to me in regards to that.
Just for reference, sorry. Go back to that sweatshirt right there, just for reference, real quick. Just because I just so happen to have one on deck. So my old band, we haven't played in about 12 years. And a friend of mine bought us these sweatshirts. They're zip ups. They're zip up hoodies, by the way. They're zip up hoodies with our band logo and like our like band logo on the sleeves. I think it was $35 a piece.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds right.
That's including the fucking hoodie. Like
I'm not surprised. That's
a crazy markup, dude.
If I want anime related clothing, I'll just go to Anime Ape. I can get that same zip up hoodie for about like a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, somebody gonna bootleg and make this. Look, see guys, does it have the Crunchyroll logo on it? No, you don't have that. It's not legit. You got to pay $125 or whatever. Plus shipping and handling.
I could go to Temu and get it.
Guess what? I can get that. I could get that printed on there as well. Go fuck off.
Exactly.
I can go to Anime. I can go to Anime and get. Like I said, I can go to AnimeApe.com right now and get that same hoodie for probably about $50. I'm good.
But look, we're talking about physical media. The physical media aspect is kind of going away. It's kind of weird when you sit back and think about it. We've always just had physical media, VHS tapes, DVDs, and now Blu-rays, and then books. Like now they're saying everything is going to be a digital book instead of you actually going to, a store and buying. It's like, hey, let's just put everything out there digitally. Like at some point in time, are we going to be no longer able to buy a manga? A volume of manga?
I don't
next?
think so.
I hope not.
I don't think so. I know like people like my nephew, he loves to go to thrift stores. He loves to shop and buy old school stuff. He has the old school Nintendos. He has like record players. He has the old CD. Like the youth right now, they are so intrigued with how we used to live in regards to CD players, in regards to having landlines, in regards to having those type of things. So I don't think that is going to go away in that way, because you still have a lot of people that are really still open to going to get a book and reading a book and trying. You know what I'm saying?
But how
like,
the thrift stores looking though? Are they pretty packed out and people are buying all kinds of stuff lines out
like
the door?
they literally have like days down here in New York sometimes that they'll have like a big block and people are just selling stuff there thrift wise. You know what I'm saying? Like people go to the Goodwill over here and they'll try to buy stuff. My nephew all the time, as soon as he hears specials at the Goodwill, he's like, yo, I'm there.
Yeah.
And he be getting Jordans. I've seen him work the store. He finds J's.
But I mean, what I'm referring to is like the
in
media, from a media aspect.
Yeah, but I'm saying even media, you go in there, they got DVDs for days. For days. You can go in there and find almost any DVD you want to buy. Sometimes video games that you want to buy, comics that you want to buy.
There's going to be a market for it. I guess my question is, there's always going to be people that want to buy physical media, but is there going to be enough? Like Sony's pulling back. We're not going to get physical video games, from PlayStation. Like everybody's pulling back, and it just kind of worries me because, I like my physical media. Like I got my where is it at?
But DA, we literally have a guy threatening freaking Take-Two with Grand Theft Auto 6 talking about if you don't give us a physical copy, we fit to leak everything. So we got people out here.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, bro. I heard about that.
Are passionate right now. Like
a physical copy for a digital game, like Jesus Christ.
They were talking about a blackout for PlayStation. I think the blackout is starting like this week or next week. That they're telling people don't play your PlayStation. Like people are adamant about getting physical media back.
The dumbest thing I've seen about the dumbest thing about GTA 6. Sorry, the dumbest thing I've seen about GTA 6 is simply this. Look, it's going to be a non-physical game, and people are pre-ordering a non-physical game as if it's going to fucking run out. Like, what are you talking about? Like, like unless you're getting like 7 days early and you get to download it like a week early or something, maybe I can see paying an extra X amount of dollars. So you can be the first one streaming. You can be on top of it. These big streamers, whatever, make your extra bucks, your extra ducats. There you go. Other than that, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Like it's stupid.
Yeah, the PlayStation blackout starts this Sunday, and it goes till basically next Sunday.
Yeah, that works for me. I don't be playing during the week anyway.
So I hope that physical media sticks around, even manga. Even though I don't read as much manga as some folks, I was sharing this with Name. And asking if he's seen this place. This place is really close to us. It's a manga lounge. Apparently, you could walk into this spot and you could sit down and you could just read manga. All right. You can just sit around and read manga. All right. He's got walls of it. You can see back here behind him. And, it's unlimited access. All the manga you can read. And you could get drinks. This is kind of cool. You can read thousands of manga. All right, 7,000 volumes, he says, and then unlimited drinks are included with your stay, and then you can unwind and you can just go into this little open area, find a couch, grab some manga, just sit around and read. All right, $4 an hour. I don't know if this is worth that price, but I mean, if you had a couple of hours to kill, and it's like, hey, I get a free drink while I'm in there, get some drinks.
Bro, that's actually 9 minutes from the local AMC in the area. So it's like if you don't want to watch the fucking ads, you could just be chilling there like before and just be like come in when the.
I mean, depends on how fast you read, and based on how fast people read nowadays. Like, I mean, like that place might be killing it. I mean, they're reading one book an hour instead of like 7. Like,
yeah, I think it's also cool because I think really close to it or in the same plaza, there's a Book Off, which is a used bookstore for like manga and stuff. So if you like a manga, like, oh shoot, I would like to own it myself, you can just go to like the Book Off and buy a used copy. And they don't just have manga. I've been there before. They have a lot of assorted stuff. They have figures. They have like CDs, DVDs. They have like little keychains for stuff. So it's a really cool thing. I thanks for putting this on my radar. I didn't know that this was in my area because I just go to watch the movies and that's it. But now that I know that it's close, I don't have to go to fucking Little Tokyo just to get my anime hit. I can just
Well, see what I was saying about the whole having manga on a Crunchyroll and whatnot is like if you can get like volume 1, volume 2, or whatever, like that stuff's going to be the hardest stuff to find for stuff that you haven't or like that's super popular. Like that stuff is all gone. You can't just go to your local store, your local comic shop, whatever, or whoever holds this stuff. You're not going to find the first stuff of any of this stuff anymore. That shit is all gone, dude. Because I've tried it even on some stuff that's old, and it's like, dude, I'll even take a beat up copy. Like I just want to have like the set. I don't care how messed up it is. I just want to read it, whatever. And it's like, nah, dude, it's all gone. It's all gone.
Gone. I think
even in comics, it's gone.
I think it's for the popular ones, those are never going out of print. Like, yeah, you might be unlucky once in a while, be like, oh yeah, sorry, it's so hot.
You got to catch it when it comes back around, sure.
Yeah, but I understand what you mean. The older stuff, the more obscure stuff, it's harder to find copies because they never took off, so they have a more limited print run because it's just like
there's random stuff that comes back, and it does come back because it is super popular, but it's very limited, and they'll just be like, we're gonna do like 10,000 copies, and you're like, wow, that sounds like a lot, but it's like, okay, we're spreading it out through 4,000 freaking chains or whatever, and it's like, well, they only have 3 copies, so unless you get lucky to find it, then good luck. Because there's been a couple of them that I've tried to find in some of the runs that I was like on top of when I was actually into comics or whatever, and it's like I still can't find them. Like I ended up having to go to like a random comic store that had like old stuff that it was like, and I got a beat to shit version of a couple things, and then I got like one really nice one of like a 5-part like story, right? And it's like I got one nice one and then like 4 shitty ones for like $1 a piece, which is a steal, but whatever. But it's like, man, I would like 5 nice copies of the set here.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
All right, let's get some super chats out the way, and then we're gonna move on. Gilgamesh coming back with another 2. Now it explains why Name went to Vietnam. Why? What explained it? You know,
bro, if he's talking about the prices, bro, it's dirt cheap over there. I went to my local mall to watch the Crunchyroll anime night for this month, and there was a Miniso, which is like a retail brand. There, the Chikawa's plushies there, and by the way, that shit was going out like crazy. Like people, like little kids, like girls were lining up for that. The plush that I bought,
your little Chikawa,
bro, that it's fire, bro. Trust me, but
trying to talk about some Hello Kitty, you love that Chikawa.
But the point I'm trying to make it's $30 right here. When I was over there, I bought it for like $7 because of the conversion rate of the currency. I bought like 3 of them, so like for the price of 3, I was able to buy and for the price of like 1 over here, I was able to buy like 2 or 3. Which is crazy. And it's the same official merch. I didn't get like no bootleg
shit prices, bro.
Exactly, bro.
It's back over here and sell.
It's money laundering. It's the same with Uniqlo.
Name to Dirk, like to Duck and that shit, dude. He just shoved 3 of them into one. He's like, it's just one item, I swear. Like, he did that on his way back.
It's funny because one of them was actually giving me problems because we couldn't fit it in the luggage because like he was so fat because it's the fucking rabbit character. Like the other 2 were chilling, but there's the fucking rabbit Usagi that was just
round. Yeah,
Name you got to get in trouble
for $2. Just type Ocean Vale and you'll be there. Now y'all still on that Gooner site, huh? You still
someone. I didn't get to address this allegation earlier, but someone was pressing me like, "Hey, Name, how you know that earlier?" And Dave brought it up. But bro, when I went to Anime Expo, I passed through the what's it called? I think it was TMS it was TMS or TBS animation booth. And it was this big booth, and then like in this little corner, they had like the Ocean Vale booth, and you could like live dub like fucking like scenes there. I'm like, bro, that's wild. To just have the fucking crazy. Like what?
Appreciate it, Marshall J. Thanks for the 2, brother, and also Alpha Omega coming through with the 5. None of this is from Japan or sold in Japan as official merch. Of course not. It's Crunchyroll. All right, purely Crunchyroll store. Temu exclusives. Was that Glam B and Granif handle? CSM merch, and that isn't it. Chainsaw Man merch, and that isn't it. Yeah,
exactly. DA,
that's just some cheap knockoff crap. And Crunchyroll is gonna
Bro, G, I didn't get to say this. I didn't get to finish earlier, but I went to the round one, which is an arcade chain. Bro, your favorite brand, Banana, that shit is like low-key AstroTurf as hell, because I saw so many Banana plushies, no one wanted to pull for them. But there's only one Chikawa claw machine because like they're just out of stock. But Banana, it was just everywhere because like no one wanted to fucking like grab that shit, bro. Like no one cares about Crunchyroll fucking brands.
Versus Hello
okay.
Kitty.
Sorry about that, Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh had another $2. Name is a gay communist.
Bro, what are you talking about? The whole time over there, I was thinking about how to flip by buying official product, bro. I had the capitalist in me was always working, bro, 24/7.
You probably had to keep that shit on the down low over there.
Bro, what are you talking about, Stacy? I went out several times in that Optimus Prime shirt that said freedom is the right of all sentient beings, bro.
Yeah, when no one can read English, what the fuck are you talking about?
Shout
I'm
out
standing
to
against the people.
That.
None of the people know what I'm saying. Great,
bro.
I skipped over that. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I just scrolled to the bottom and went up. I didn't catch that one, Gilgamesh. Sorry about that. Thanks, guys, once again for the supers. Let's give some love. All right. I like this article from Variety because it kind of puts the fear in all of us when we talk about Crunchyroll. It says Crunchyroll puts fans first when it comes to building out its global anime empire. Are you sure about that? I need that meme guy. Are you sure about that? I need that.
You sure about that?
Yeah, they actually they do put their fans first because you got to be in front of them so they can fuck you over.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's funny.
Well,
they say that in the new Green Lanterns episode or whatever, that the Lanterns episode. He's like, "You sure about that?" And I've been waiting for somebody to dub that over with a "You sure about that?" Like, just come on, dude, do it. It's in the episode. It's right there. It's easy pickings. Fuck.
I'm actually expecting
I need to start making videos.
When it comes to this, I'm expecting DA like just to go, wait a minute, and then he plays that clip. Are you sure about that? I'm like, I'm waiting for that, man.
Right. So it's talking about for 2 decades, Crunchyroll built its business on anime, growing the U.S. audience for animated content from a niche genre to a mainstream giant. But its growth has been built on thinking small. Then, this guy, Scott Donington, says, we like to say that we don't want to be something for everyone. We want to be everything to someone. And that's the anime fan. Now, that means whether they're streaming it, whether they're going to a theater to watch it, whether they're gathering with their friends at a con or a festival, buying merch, games, digital manga. All right, make sure he mentioned that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the quote I was talking about. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
I didn't know
that's the quote you was talking about. Yeah, you won't be buying physical media with us. Hell no. But if you want to do that, you need to take yourself somewhere else because we ain't got it over here at Crunchyroll. So really, we think of it as the full experience of servicing anime fans across every platform, except those that like physical media. But they're saying also that Crunchyroll boasts the largest anime library of streaming, and at Anime New York, which is going on this weekend, it has multiple panels, a booth, screenings, and special guests from Japan. Any opportunity we have to connect in person with the fan base is important. He notes that 54% of Gen Z, 60% of Gen Alpha viewers are fans who watch anime daily. Many of them say it's a huge part of their identity, a huge part of their community and belonging, so on and so forth. They say by 2030, there will be 1.5 billion people in the anime fandom, which is huge. If Crunchyroll keeps going in the direction that it's going and they don't really have any competitors, I don't know who else is going to be able to compete on a global scale with them, like they're doing.
The way that it's going, Crunchyroll is going to be the Amazon of anime. Like that's what it's going to be.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be.
It's going
to be a one-stop shop. Like that's what it's going to be.
They got to overcome that Netflix hurdle. Netflix is still beating their ass because it's Netflix. I've said this many times, bro. They've got to make Kagurabachi a Crunchyroll exclusive. You can't have them making backdoor deals with Netflix.
Thing is the Netflix.
Were you saying something, Stacy? You dropped out, bro. Stacy? I think he's struggling. Anybody? Anyway, like I think this is the question that a lot of folks have about this platform and how big it's getting. Yeah, Netflix is gonna have anime, but it's not gonna. It's like, what was it name we saw? It's like 200 titles. You know,
it's like it's like 200, 400, something like that. Yeah, like the big ones, the important ones. You know, like the ones that have the most what's it called, popularity. They probably have those and a few obscure ones, but Crunchyroll has like what 1,200 and growing.
Yeah. Crunchyroll's it dwarfs Netflix, you know, and then pretty much everybody else. And if they keep going down this path, listen, if there are no other competitors that can make Crunchyroll step their game up, they'll keep doing exactly what it is they're doing. Oh, we could get rid of physical media on our store. We don't need that. You know, we could just focus straight on digital manga. You know, you don't need to buy any manga from us because you're going to get it from somewhere else anyway, like everybody's been saying. But it seems like they are the only place where you can get a lot of anime for a reasonable price, and you can watch it, and you're good. And there's really no other competitor right now. Nobody. So I'm starting to think Crunchyroll is kind of locking things up, you know, in terms of being the best, most, I guess, accessible anime service that's out there that pretty much everybody's going to have to get, especially if they're saying, like this says here, if this is going to be $1.5 billion in 2030 outside of China and Japan, that's not even including those two countries. You're talking about domination if Crunchyroll is the main source of their anime. What do you think about that, Name?
I don't like where this is going, you know, like you said, if they're like the biggest dog in the room, like they can just do whatever the fuck they want. You're seeing it with Sony right now, which is like, you know, which owns Crunchyroll. Like they can just say like, oh, no physical media for GTA 6. I don't think anything's going to change. You know, they have that blackout going on, but look, there's so many people that just, you know, watch it. They don't care about any social movement. And I feel like that's the same with anime. You know, we're talking about a lot of these problems, localization, you know, bad choices, you know, some like people acting up behind the scenes in regards to like, you know, the character that they voice. That's not going to change because a lot of people just consume the content. And you know, we can keep holding their feet to the fire, but if they just like, you know, have that pay, like as long as they get their money, like they don't care. Like as long as like that side of the fan base is just like, they're all like, look, I just watch anime. I don't care about anything. And that's cool. You know, you do you, but you know, they're just going to get, they're going to get away with a lot. They've already gone away with like so much bullshit because, you know, there's not enough people holding their feet to the fire.
And that needs to change. We need to hold their feet to the fire. Yeah.
That's what they
We need to hold their feet to the fire. We need to basically try to basically make them realize they need us more than we need them. Hell, if I wasn't scared of like coming across some viruses, I'd be watching some anime on pirate sites. But yeah, I ain't trying to catch no crap like that. I'm good.
It's not that hard, bro. Just get an ad blocker. That's all you need, bro.
No, some of that stuff can get around ad blocker, bro. Trust me.
Stacy, man, you just got to wear a condom if you don't want viruses, dude. It's not that hard.
Fuck you, side facts.
I'm interested to see where this goes. I think. Look, Alpha Omega says one of Monopoly. Crunchyroll controls 75% of the Western anime market now with Sony. Crunchyroll is trying to get into the Asian market, but they're running into problems, so that'll take a few years.
Yeah,
once that happens,
I'm glad they brought that up because, you know, Crunchyroll, that's pretty much non-existent in Japan. They know of it, but it's just like, I guess they just kind of, because, you know, Crunchyroll awards, but I guess a lot of like Japanese people, they're like, oh, it's just that like foreign streaming platform for anime, you know, because they watch it locally. And I think in Asia, Muse Asia is like their biggest roadblock, you know. And I know they're salty about it because, you know, when ReZero is coming out, we talked about this. Like Muse Asia had like way better subtitles, and it just got region locked because, you know, Crunchyroll doesn't want anyone stepping on their territory and showing like them how it's done. Because off the top of my head, I forgot, like it was just a really, it wasn't like egregious, but it was just like a really bad localization in terms of just like, you know, you could have picked a better word, and just like the side by side from like Crunchyroll versus Muse Asia, it was just like, yeah, if we had Muse Asia, like I'm pretty sure more people would just be watching that instead. But we got Crunchyroll, so.
Yeah, look, Alpha Omega saying we just talk about Naya just torrented on Naya completely safe. Yeah, but aren't they like going after the actual uploaders now?
Yeah, they took down one guy. You know, I think it's just like a really big like decentralized like
the shot across the bow. They trying to
they trying to make sure that they across the world. Yep. I mean, but it's still like a really big decentralized thing. I don't know if they have like a little like messaging group to coordinate everything, but I think like to Stacy's point, I think torrenting is and to Alpha Omega's point, I think torrenting is a little harder because that's where you get more prone to viruses and stuff. Because like the sites, you know, if you're just using a site without an ad blocker, you could run into that issue. But torrenting, I think, runs more of a risk because you have to download it straight to your computer. So that's a little more dubious for people.
This was I don't know if this was the actual article, but yeah, Japanese authorities use new tool to identify initial torrent uploaders. So they're going after the uploaders. They're going directly at. They ain't going trying to take down the site. They'll just go to the uploaders.
Yep.
You know, so that's the danger.
Isn't that how they caught
that?
Isn't that how they caught like that group of 15 people? They went straight for the uploader like that.
No, that was just
running the site.
That they caught those like seven Vietnamese dudes with my uncle through a sting operation with the local government. You know, they just straight up went to like they collaborated with the Vietnamese government and they had a sting operation for those guys.
All right, dude, so you're the guy whose second uncle, whose second cousin also knows a dude who did something. You're the guy.
Bro, why do you think I was over? Why do you think I was over there, bro? I was trying to bail him out.
Everybody knows your uncle.
He knows
That's
people.
Wild.
He know people, yo. And I don't know about that. I don't know if I feel comfortable being on this panel anymore.
Bro, why do you think I was over there? I was trying to bail them out.
Names.
Bro, why do you think I was over there? I was their lawyer.
He probably will.
I represented them in court, bro. What are you talking about?
Dude, you know how hard it's going to be to be interrogated when it's like, who is name? It's like, it's name. But what name? Name! Like, what the fuck? Like, we don't know anything about this guy. It's like, he wears a pink shirt and has a bowl cut. What happens? What is going on?
That's like
I think the point.
Tayante Black in the chat just mentioned
is going to the site is safe. I'm not saying that it is or isn't. What I was saying is they're going they're attacking or going after the uploaders that upload stuff to Naya. So if you're, you know, that's their next form of attack, and not so much you, the end user. They ain't gonna catch all the end users anyway. They ain't worried about that, and they're not even so much worried about the site. What they're now doing is they're going after the uploaders, and that might hurt what Naya is able to do.
And like you said, DA, there's always going to be people out there that do this. You know, if they take them down, they're just probably going to be like, all right, let's just disband the site. You know, we'll just like, you know, you're probably going to have to do some sort of like secret password bullshit so we know that you're safe to like give it to you.
People just going to have to learn how to upload a fucking torrent.
Exactly, and that's the hard part, because a lot of people, they just want to, you know, be able to. That's why pirate sites are popular. You can just go on the site, type in what you want, and it's there. If you have to do all the download yourself, you know, make sure it's like safe, no viruses. That's a lot of work. People are just going to switch the country. I was like, I don't want to do that.
Again, it makes it easy for them. That's again, you're right, man. That's it. They're trying to. People are going to have to learn, all right, how to do shit the old-fashioned way, like we used to do back in the day. We had to earn our piracy. We couldn't just go to a site and just click play. All right, we just couldn't do that. We actually had to go on. Hey, man, I got BitTorrent. All right, I got to learn how to use this thing. So yeah, that's the difference. That's what's going to have to happen. There's multiple private torrent sites that are untraceable. Exactly. But again, you got to learn how to use them.
Yeah, and a lot of people, like your average anime fan, they're not gonna want to do that. Like even if they've been pirating, it's just like unless you really don't want to spend the money, it's like, yeah, I'm not going through all that just to watch one episode, because you have to download this for each individual episode, or you can download it in batches. But it's just like
too much time, too much work. They ain't doing that. You know, you got to do. You know, I don't know, man. I will see how it goes, but yeah, the piracy. They're circling the wagons now. They're starting to close in on uploaders. They've already taken down major sites. You know, we'll see what happens. Look, even some of the legitimate sites are now saying, "Hey, man, we're out of the game." Manga Mirai is shutting down on December 15, 2026, due to the current business environment. This is coming less than 2 years after its launch in March of 2025. New account registrations, manga purchases, and distribution of the app have already ended. Viewing through the app also ended at that time, although purchase titles will remain accessible through the Manga Mirai website until the service closes. Users will be able to migrate eligible purchase titles to NTT Soulmare's Manga Plaza. Yeah, digital manga is pretty much cooked with Manga Millions. I don't understand why anybody would, you know, and I think Manga Million is going to probably end up becoming like a top service, you know, somewhere in the near future, you know, maybe not like right now, but a lot of people are using it. Every time I go on there, there's more and more pages being read. So yeah, a digital manga service that's a paid subscription and you got to buy stuff, forget about it. All right. Forget about it. It's over and done with. Your thoughts on this particular site going down, and you know how things are really just shifting over. We've been covering Manga Million. I'll bring it up right now. We've been covering it for the last couple of weeks. I think this is where digital manga is pretty much going to be. But your thoughts, guys?
I think this was a long time coming. The minute that Manga Millions made its appearance, the clock was ticking. And for Manga Mirai, time ran out.
Yeah, it's kind of I'm not gonna say the entire business model is gonna erupt, but it feels like this might be the start of the subscription bubble bursting, because you know, like it's like the pendulum swinging back, because you know, back in this kind of Manga Million kind of feels like Netflix back in the day, where everything was all like, you know, on different cable networks, and then Netflix came in and centralized everything. You know, the fact that Manga Million has such a huge library off the bat, and even if, like Diego said, even if it becomes priced, I think it's still going to be worth it to a lot of people, because like I don't have to pay multiple subscriptions just to view just like the handful things that I want. Look, it's the GOAT, bro. It's the GOAT. They got the Taco P-shirt on. But I think this is the start of, you know, the pendulum swinging back as slow as it is. You know, you're going to see a lot of, you know, unprofitable subscriptions just start to slowly die out, because, you know, once they start putting it all back into one big entity, it's going to cause a lot of the competition to die out, because you just can't keep up. You know, it's like what does Manga Mirai have that Manga Million won't? Like maybe a niche title for sure, but you know, I don't, unless you have a really, really dedicated niche fan base, that's not enough to sustain the platform.
I think like last week, this number was at 133 million.
Yeah.
And so they picked up another 33 million or 34 million pages read in a week. That's crazy. So yeah, this thing is going to continue.
I'm one of them. I was on there.
I bet that number's.
I've been on there all week. I've been on this thing.
Number's going to be like. I bet that number's going to be about 200 million next week.
Well, I don't know how other countries work, but I know here in America, like you basically can't monopolize stuff. So maybe other countries, like when they're consolidating all this stuff, and it's like, hey, all these bigger companies start basically becoming one thing. Like obviously Crunchyroll is going to be the place to go to kind of see everything, right? It's like that seems to be the place or whatever. But it's like out here in America, like I don't know. That's why they're even having the problem with all the Paramount bullshit and everything. It's because they're like, oh, are you going to take over too much of the market? But other countries, I don't know if they have those same laws. Is that in play here? Because I don't feel that it is. Because it sounds like everything's going to go to one place. Hey, why would I do this when I can just go to one place and get it all?
The only way I see that coming into place is if Shueisha bought a different manga publisher and got a hold of all their IPs. That's the only way I see that happening.
I mean, that's a good question.
But I mean, if you have like 90% of the market, isn't that basically a monopoly? Like
that's a good Cyphex. That's actually a good question because with you brought up Paramount and that Warner Brothers merger. That's a huge like debacle right now. Like Crunchyroll,
and that's not even close to what's going on here.
Exactly. Because do you think because. I don't know like how they evaluate it because like you said like Crunchyroll's dominance over the market is just way greater in terms of like proportion than
they might not have like I don't know if it's a monopoly clause or whatever it is out here, whatever it's technically labeled as out here, but it's like we have a thing out here in the US where it's like you basically can't be a monopoly, like we don't allow that, like it's like no, that doesn't fly out here. But in other countries, it could, it's like, so I don't know how that works because I don't know their laws and whatever. So it's like, that could be a thing. It's like, they might literally be making a monopoly in the anime community.
It's kind of cool, man. I like this site, man. I really like this site. It is really
Same
cool.
here. Like, I've actually given this site to my niece, who, when like a couple years ago, when she started reading manga, she's basically up to volume 25 of My Hero Academia so far.
They don't have it in every language though, so.
This
is where you run into the issues. They got to get these things uploaded, so they don't have like, these chapters. You can read the next chapter in other languages.
With AI nowadays, and people are getting good enough with it, you might be able to translate it on your own nowadays.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be just as good as I don't know what do they call it? What do you always complain about? Name the the way that they translate it. What's the technical word?
Localization.
For it? Localization.
Yeah,
there you
bro.
go. Yeah.
Oh, dude, look, I think that you bring up a good point because I think people don't care because I think if you have enough of a brain to be able to piece together a shitty AI translation, you don't care. Like it's like. Okay, it sucks, but I can figure it out.
I got enough of it. Yeah, exactly. Like I got enough of it.
Yeah,
and to be fair, a lot of these, that's kind of all you need, to be fair. But it's like one word here could actually mean a major difference. And you're like, how did that work out? Like, 7 chapters later, like what the hell was that? And it's like, oh, because that word was misused or something. But it's like a lot of the times, I think that's why they get away with the localization stuff is because it doesn't really matter that much in the long term. Like this doesn't matter for the story, but for this one part, it's like that could be kind of weird, and then they just move on. So
and it's also like we said, you don't have enough people who are knowledgeable or even care about the subject to complain about it. Because I was watching, I'm sorry for bringing it up but 100 Girlfriends, bro, I thought it was bad. It's actually worse than I thought because I was watching it and I thought I was going crazy because what I was hearing versus what I was seeing on the screen, it was like, all right, it's like, what are we doing here? And we didn't get to cover it last week because we ended the show and then the news started coming in. But that Uma Musume, the localizers, they dropped the whole presentation on their what's it called, how they operate, and people were just like have been just dogging on them because they just laid out the playbook on how they like butcher everything, and they try to pass it off as, look, guys, we're being creative, guys. Look, it's crazy, and that I know that was like a whole discourse. Like you had localizers jumping in, you had like people clowning on them for it because like it's just like, God, guys, like what are we talking about? You guys literally can't hear Merry Christmas, and they're still trying to run the. Christmas has a different context in America. There's a religious context.
They said Merry Christmas. That was, man.
Yeah, and the localizers' defense was that Christmas has a religious context in America, so we can't do that. But you know what just happened? 100 Girlfriends. I watched an episode. They have a character who has the name Jesus, and they just play him off as a joke. It's not Jesus. It's just like a random throwaway character with the name Jesus. Wow. So it's like, okay, so you're okay with like, you know, religious like mockery right there, but you know, you're not okay with Merry Christmas. Like, come on, guys.
They're basically picking and choosing what they want to be offended by.
Exactly. They're just like it's selective. Like, what's it called?
Selective outrage. It's selective outrage. Yeah.
Well, a couple more things before we get up out of here, man. Thanks for everybody's support. Make sure you hit the like button if you have not already done so. We are going to allow the audience to choose the anime that we're going to watch during the fall season. I don't know if we've discussed it openly, but we're going to watch one anime, all of us. All right. We're committing to this, to watch one anime in the fall, but we're going to pick which of the anime that we think we would want to watch. And then we're going to let you guys choose. All right. The audience, the chat, we'll run this in a poll, and you guys will determine, hey, is this something that we want to watch, or, you know, whatever, you know. So one of the anime that I'm throwing in is an anime called Overgeared, which I saw the first episode of at Anime Expo, and it was absolutely fantastic. I'll be watching that regardless of whether you guys choose it or not. It drops October 2nd, so we still got some time before that comes out. But I wanted to share this because I thought that this was actually I thought this was actually pretty funny that it's done by JC Staff. All right, that's the person. That's the guys who, you know, famously made One Punch Man season 3. All right, so everybody's been like, "Wait a minute, man! JC Staff did this. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna want to watch this dog shit. They can't do it right. Wait, no, they didn't do a good job with One Punch Man season 3. I think even they would admit to that. But when you see this is the new trailer for Overgeared, all right, which is my entry. You guys, you can pick, but let's watch this trailer. This trailer, the animation is off the hook.
なめんなよ。レジェンダリー職業の実力見せてやるよ。
ID 名はグリード。
ああ。
あなた何者なの？
彼は我々の予想を超え重大な職業とアドバンテージを得たわけだ。
へえ。
その力見せてもらうわよ。
希少なアイテムを作り出す力に元気。くらえ！お前はやはりレジェンダリー転職者だな。
本人にはまるで自覚がないようだがな。
最強の盾が弱っちい武器のせいだ。やっぱ優秀な鍛冶職人が必要だな。グリードさん、お前一体何者だ？俺は伝説の鍛冶職人ファグマの末裔だ。負けてたまるかよ。
ずっとお前を探し求めていた。私たちのパーティーに入る。
ここから俺の伝説が始まるんだ。つらって開けない夜の空。これがセダカギルドだ。
どこまでも我々の予想を超えてくる男だな。
まあ一言で言えばアイテムの力です。ファグマの剣舞。せい。
Yo, man, that is some fire ass animation. I don't care what nobody says, man. JC Staff, I know it's like everybody's like, wait a minute, this is the same people that did One Punch Man season 3? Yeah. What happened?
Bro, I told you guys, it's a production issue. It's a bro, the studio can cook. If you look at their past works, they've put out some all-timers. And it's the same with what's it called, Blue Lock, because Studio 8-Bit did Blue Lock, but they also do the slime anime, and the slime anime, from what I've seen, looks absolutely beautiful. I watched that movie; it was absolutely movie level quality. So, I think it's Bandai Namco, because they're the ones who produced One Punch Man season 3. They produced Blue Lock, so I think that the production team is the one, or the production like heads are the one who are at fault for rushing.
They're the ones that screwed up. Yeah, man. Look, man, I'm watching this come October 2nd. The first episode is hilarious, and it just, in my opinion, it's going to be one of the top anime this fall. But like I said, we will get the opportunity to go over everybody's choices. Brandon is working on his list right now of what he's going to watch in the fall. Do you guys have any favorites for the fall that you're already eyeballing? I know there's a lot of sequels coming up in this fall. There's going to be a ton.
It's the same with winter. I looked ahead as well because, you know, if we're thinking about doing this month, like every quarter, I looked ahead. Winter's a lot of returning shows too. Unless they update it, it's a lot of the heavy hitters are returners.
Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense, right? Because, you know, everybody knows what they are. We're familiar, you know, with the storyline and with the characters. So those are going to be the big ones that everybody's going to want to watch. The new stuff coming out, like, we don't really know much about it, whatever. But, I mean, we've gotten some really good first-time anime this year, man. Demons of the Shadow Realm, that's fantastic, man. Sentence to be a Hero, that was great. You know,
Sentence was spring, their name.
No, Sentence was winter.
Sentence was winter.
Winter going into spring, yeah.
But it started in January, right?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, it started in January. Yeah, the winter season.
Then Demons was the official spring one because we went to the Crunchyroll, like, what's it called, anime night. That's what they were showing off. Yeah, that's what we were going off of.
When's the next
so we
one?
got some really good like first timers.
The next one is next month, Angel. It's on September 21st.
Okay,
the tickets are up if you want it.
Tickets.
Yeah, the tickets
are available now.
They just haven't announced the lineup.
Yeah, so you guys know we do that, and then we'll watch. You know, it's usually 3 at least, maybe 4 anime. They're gonna throw some weird shit in there. You know, they're gonna throw some gay anime in there. You know, they're gonna throw one of those in there, man, because they've done it every single time. What was no, wait. The first one was you and I were polar opposites or something.
That's not. It's just
that's
like
not gay, but that's like you know,
it's like random slice of life. It's like, hey, there's a bunch of action bullshit. By the way, here's a random romantic bullshit, and you're like, why is this here? Like, it'd be like seeing a romantic comedy in front of a horror movie. You're like, what?
But then what was the one in the spring?
Spring? Was it? It was the gay one.
Which
one? Behind
the one that you and Angel like you? Either you I think you slept on. You fell asleep during that one.
Oh,
Angel walked down the gay one. Nakamura.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It's like Taka something cool.
It's like Go For It, Nakamura.
He didn't fall asleep. He was
Go For It, Nakamura. Yeah, that's right.
He didn't fall asleep. He was dreaming because he was so enthralled. Not like
I'm good. Wow. And then the last one was the girls playing the video game.
The fighting games. Yeah, so they're bound to have look, you know, for all the grief we give Crunchyroll, I'll give them this. They're really good about promoting anime, like, because a lot of these anime, they wouldn't be on anyone's radar if they didn't have it on that showcase, because, you know, you're just thinking about, I want to watch ReZero, I want to watch Hell's Paradise, but you're not thinking about like these little shows. So I give them a lot of grief, but they give a little bit of love. They give a little bit of love to like the random thing that you're probably not interested in. They're taking a shot on something. You know, they're not always gonna hit, but, you know, it's like, hey, if you can get a fan base, like, you know, that's another like avenue of revenue. So
true.
All right, guys. Oh, did you have something to say, Stacy?
Oh no, I was just confirming what Name said.
Yeah,
got you. All right, everybody, that'll do it for Anime Nights. Fun show. Very tired right now. I'm on fumes at this point. I got to get some rest. I actually do have to work tomorrow. Although it's only for like a couple of hours. Yeah, I got to hit the job for a couple of hours in the morning, so I need to get some rest. So I'm ready to go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Name came through a little bit late, but glad you made it. Shout out to Brandon and MMA Crease King. They couldn't be here. Hopefully they can make it next week as we chop it up, talking more about anime. Angel, Stacy, Side Facts, anything you guys want to shout out, anything coming up on your channels that you want to discuss? I'll let Stacy go first.
I'm actually about to upload the next episode of Street Fighter 5, so you guys can check that out tomorrow. Also with a poll of available fighters for next Saturday's show. New episode of Trails of Cold Steel on Sunday. Back to the grind on for Tuesday. And
all right, there you go, Stacy. Thank you.
Plus, I
couldn't hear
actually
half the shit you were saying.
Started.
There you go. All right, Angel, anything you got coming up, bro?
I'm gonna do some gaming tomorrow. The DA's office on Sunday. Looking forward to seeing that Coyote versus Acme movie coming up this week. So look out for the Out of the Theater review for that. And yeah, pretty much just working and looking forward to this movie. So
all right, there we go. And then Cyfax, last but not least, anything you got coming up on your channel, bro?
Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing some early morning overtime, but after that, I should be off around, I should be home by around 12:30 my time. I might have a couple hours to kill. I'm thinking about doing a sidecast, maybe talk about some lanterns, maybe get in an hour of time because I haven't been doing one for a minute. So we'll see. We'll see with that. Other than that, you can always catch me on Sunday nights with the DA, and then here on Anime Heads are either on Anime Heads or DA's channel Anime Heads on Fridays.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate everybody. Hit the like button on the way out as we wrap things up. Appreciate all the super chatters as well. Thank you very much for your support. Go support Anime Heads. I'm not sure if Daniel will have another game night, but he's working on planning those. We're building out quizzes and other various games that he wants to play. So look for that. That's going to be there. So anyway, that'll do it. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you on Sunday on the DA's office. Peace and love.